And we're live.
Oh boy.
It didn't pick up.
Yeah.
Try again. You cut out again. It's just not working with you.
All I heard was you consuming the mic.
What a wonderful noise.
Yeah, it
Lovely.
kind of sounded like. Roll.
Thank you for sharing.
All right. Well, we have been off for last week, so it's been 2 weeks. So
Stop
Let's-
stealing my thing.
let's recap real quick on what the heck actually happened last time we played. You guys are up in the mountains north of Hollow Star. You are investigating the book that Barry had and following along the path of the person who wrote that. You found 2 of these large black obelisk-like Waystones, and well, a couple things happened in between finding the 2 of them, including getting attacked by ice birds, where Themis was revealed to not actually be just Themis. Ice bird 0 out of 10. Nah, lore 10 out of 10. Correct.
Yeah. Had to be said.
So once you guys talked a little bit more, you discovered that Na was from the Feywild, and a lot of you had questions about that. Once you guys went on your way, though, and went to the second Waystone, you attempted to unravel the encryption of the journal a little bit more, in which Kyris basically angered her way into a solution.
Yeah, intimidation techniques.
And after your eventful night watches and a bit of a conversation between Victor and Krios about their respective tragic family backstories, we bring ourselves back. I believe Victor and Krios are still in
Tauré's office.
Tauré's office.
Tauré's office, yes. Unbelievable.
Hey yo. Hey yo. Okay. What do you want to do, Victor?
So, you came to me for information about the sword and to help, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I've got some questions, and I think that also we could probably get more help with this if other people, like the rest of the party, wanted to help with that. The sword. Maybe the other people could take a look at it. I'm curious.
Okay.
How long have you had the sword?
I got it a little bit before I met up with Kyris. Kyris is usually the one that keeps track of time, so I quite frankly don't know how long it's been. Somewhere over 219 days. Can guarantee you that.
Okay, so not a super duper long time, but a decent amount of time.
Yeah, I'd say. I wasn't traveling very long before I met up with her. And I had the sword for the majority of the time that I was traveling after I left my home.
Mm-hmm. Alright, well. If you don't have anything for me, we could probably make our way back over to them. We've been over here for quite some time. I think that we could probably bring up the sword to other people and see what 2 cents they could put in, if you were comfortable.
I mean, we could, but it's a creepy death sword. Do you think they'd be comfortable?
Listen, man. I think I feel like they've seen some shit, so I don't know if they'd really care.
Fair point. I guess it's probably a little bit less concerning if I disclose that I've had this on my person the whole time, rather than them finding out in another fashion.
True.
Okay. Sounds great. Let's go.
Let's go.
I assume you guys are returning back to the group.
Yeah.
Office. Return my office.
Your office is now free. Thank you for letting us.
Hooray! Are you holding a sword?
Yeah, I'd say I picked it up and did not leave it on the grass.
Oh, cool! You finally took out the sword.
What?
Yeah, you've been carrying that for a while.
You have a sword?
Wait, Tauré, how did you know I was carrying a sword?
I know things.
What?
Look, it's magical. I've casted Detect Magic quite a few times.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I was originally thinking that Kyris was the only one that knew about it, so it's a little bit caught off guard.
I just didn't say anything about it.
Well, thank you.
So what's the deal?
Victor thought you guys might have some insight into figuring out Creepy Death Sword, as I have so kindly dubbed it.
Creepy Death Sword.
I think it's
I
pretty.
don't think that's a very good way to introduce the sword.
Do you see the sword, Kyris?
No, even more
Yes,
intrigued
I
and
see the
concerned.
sword, but this is gonna cause a lot of concern.
I'd say it's a pretty good description.
It's a good description, but it's a bad way to introduce it.
Okay.
Actually, I think it's a great way to introduce it. Just really get
As
it
long
all
as
out there.
it creepy deaths other things that are not me.
Well, that's the point. I'm hoping that it doesn't creepy death anyone, quite frankly.
Oh, okay, darn.
Has it ever
Are you
creepy death
disappointed?
to you?
I think it could be a cool tool.
Tauré, you seem to have a certain affinity for.
Violence.
I was gonna say necromancy, but yes.
I wouldn't say I have a thing for
If you want my
but okay.
necromancy book, man.
I look. Why are you putting this
Thing
upon
for
me?
necromancy?
Why are you throwing me under the necromancy bus?
Under the necromancy
Move along.
bus.
Move along. We're not.
I'm
we're
not
not.
moving along.
We're not acknowledging that joke. We're moving along.
I am very acknowledging that.
Closing my eyes. I'm closing my eyes.
Necronancy.
Necronancy, our new party member. If I roll a new character, I'm going to have Necronancy.
I think that'd be really good for you.
I
honestly.
approve.
Okay, cool. So you wanted insight. I don't know if I can help, but I'll take a look at it.
Victor, do you want to give a brief outline of what we've already figured out, just to get
Yeah.
everyone caught on track?
Yeah, Victor, do you remember all the things that you figured out 2 weeks
Did
ago?
you identify it? I forget.
Stop me.
Yes.
I can let you know what you know. Just
And also let you know what you know.
Just stop me if you're holding back any of these. It was acquired before meeting Kyris. It was already like this when Krios got it. It was dropped off to him. Who knows where, who knows when, who knows from who. Krios never used it except for that one time he used it on the tree. There's a seal on it, like a noble seal. The metal's weird. and it seems to be very light to the point where Krios can like be not clumsy with it.
Yes, it's a bloodline thing as well. That symbol on the sword.
Yep.
And only Krios can wield it, and it makes things rot when you hit it.
Yeah, I give it.
It's not sentient.
Neato.
That's important.
Everybody
to
gets
remember.
the information unless Krios does not want that information given away.
Okay, cool. Do I recognize this emblem?
Not quite. Come with me into Whispers, Nova.
Not quite, huh?
It's sort of recognizable. It's associated with, or somewhat associated with there was a kingdom of tieflings. And they had like a special bloodline thing. And I don't remember all the details. I'm gonna have to try and jog my memory somehow at a later time and get you more details.
Interesting.
How much,
A kingdom of tiefling.
Tauré, how much do you know about the Eastern continent?
I have a decent historical knowledge base. I mean, I'm not good at history because I've got like 0 intelligence, but I've learned a lot of history about that region, at least more than the current kind of, these isles here are kind of just learning about it apparently, but I have a more extensive knowledge of them.
How much do you know about the Empire's war?
That I don't know much about, unfortunately. But
So-
I'm familiar with their ideals.
Do you know of the Eastern continent before the Empire took over?
I'd say yes.
Because that kingdom doesn't exist anymore.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I just... How
I know-
do
I
you
know-
find these
Oh,
things
does it
out?
exist?
I know more about older history than more modern stuff. We have a lot of records where I come from.
It's so hard to find records. Oh my gosh.
Well, mine aren't super accessible anymore, but
Okay.
It doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, can we talk about that?
Yeah, like how old is this kingdom? I like history.
How long ago?
Moo. Did I get a high enough score on that to remember?
You don't know. For the same reason that you don't know how long ago a couple other things were.
Okay.
How old is Krios' sword? Krios, do you know?
No clue, honestly. It's older than me. I can tell you that for sure.
Probably.
Krios,
But
how much do you know about the seal?
I definitely recognize the symbol on it.
Have you seen it before?
Yeah.
It's not of your family?
Not the family I grew up with.
Insight check. Doesn't matter, never mind.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 4. A +5 can't help me with that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, goodness. I
had more questions for this sword. Where did I put them?
Or the sword? You're gonna ask the sword.
Yes.
You guys did say you were
Sword, where-
introducing the
where?
sword, so
We can name it if you want.
Maybe
That's
this
such
word
a
is
good
I was
changed.
idea.
about to ask if it had an
Macro-
official name.
Nancy.
This is your new character, actually.
You are playing the non-sentient
No.
sword.
Connection for some reason.
It could have sentience.
Wow.
So could
can't
that
speak.
rock over there.
Yeah.
Krios,
What rock?
You look
Um,
over and it's a rock shaped exactly like a bunny.
See.
Krios, when you got the sword, how exactly did you get it?
I can't say I know. It was just one of those things where woke up and it was beside me. It wasn't that alarming, you know.
I disagree. Waking up to a random sword?
I was in an area that people could access. Like, someone could have just come in. I'm just happy they didn't use it to kill me.
Huh.
Personally, I think having the creepy death sword is a little bit better than having it used against me. Like to think of this as the most optimistic way possible. It freaks me out a bit.
It freaks
does-
me out too. Are you okay?
Are you
Yeah.
sure somebody would have just left a sword there, a creepy death sword there for fun? I don't know. To me, it seems like it wouldn't be number one on the scenarios. I feel like it just being there makes more sense to me.
Is it
As
possible?
far as I know, it was just left there.
Is it possible that you've always had it and you just didn't remember?
I think I would have known if I had a sword with me.
It seems very personalized. It seems that it wants to be with you. And you're drawn to it. Which is the only part that doesn't really add up to maybe somebody just put it here. It's directly attached to you.
Krios, I think your family is not as ordinary as you think.
I mean, they were pretty cool. I gotta say, like,
A royal well, not royal, but a noble seal on a sword that you can only attune to, that you are the only one who can use the sword. I don't think your family was ordinary at all. It's one thing to know how to play and be very good at playing an upper class game like chess. It's a completely different thing to have a sword be drawn to you when it can only be used by someone from a certain bloodline.
I think there can be reasons to explain it. Coincidence?
You seem like you're in denial.
Guys, he obviously doesn't know what happened. Stop interrogating him.
I'm not interrogating him.
Interrogating.
Look at him. He's
letting-
obviously
hell?
uncomfortable.
I'm letting him know that he's more special than he thinks. For a lot of reasons, but mostly this one.
For a lot of reasons, but like
Well, like, realistically, you're probably rich, girl.
realistically.
My glowing
she dead? Oh god, no, I'm dead.
No, no,
Am
no.
I dead?
She dead.
No.
You find she dead.
Yep.
What?
Krios
were
got
dead.
information overloaded.
I was
Wait, what
also
happened?
dead because my Discord kind of just froze.
What's
Oh.
what?
You were just
Your
cutting
voice
out.
get out. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Here, I'm just gonna go like really close to the microphone. Hello.
Really close.
Everybody get really close to your microphone.
All right, really close to the microphone.
Hey gang, what's up? What's up,
Hey,
guys?
what's up?
Hey, what's up? How are you?
With my face.
But I mean, the symbol's pretty recognizable. But I feel like I don't know. The sword's been through a lot, and I don't know what happened connected to me.
Hmm. Have you used the sword before?
Only on the tree. Sorry, Tauré.
What happened to the tree?
My
You what? Excuse me?
It
We
was
wanted to try it.
it was just to test it.
What happened to the tree?
It just
Uh-huh.
kind of drained it a little bit.
It'll probably be okay, maybe, hopefully.
Probably.
I'm going to go and inspect it.
A lone
I'm
tear
going to
rolled
follow
down
Tauré.
Barry's cheek.
I'm gonna follow Tauré
Yeah.
and look at the tree.
So the mark on the tree is basically you see where the sword passed through is completely rotted and decayed, as well as a little bit like above and below the slash.
Fall on my knees. Start wailing. Why of it?
Can
Most
Barry give
traumatizing
the
moment.
tree a good berry?
There's no wound. Like,
Oh.
you'd have to break the tree to get it in. The bark, it's still there. It's not been opened.
Interesting.
Can I detect poison and disease on my office?
Do you have to touch the wound to do that, or the thingy to do that?
No.
No, that one's just a range.
Okay.
30 feet.
Good, good, good.
I wouldn't have touched but good idea.
If you want to cast it, then yes.
Yes, I am.
There's no poison. And it's not quite a disease. But you can tell that what this did function similarly, and that it just magically... it killed everything in its path without physically touching it.
Lovely. I'm going to revoke the office privileges from those two for a month.
What the heck?
We didn't want to try it on any living person.
Did you want him to hit me with it?
I don't know, maybe another tree that wasn't my office.
There's no other trees, Tauré.
Get another office.
Well, that's true.
There's a nice bunny-shaped rock over there you could use for your
every tree
office.
I decide is my office.
Should have tried it on a rock, apparently.
That's better.
Not the bunny
bunny-shaped
rock.
rock that I want as a pet.
No, I have that now, and I'm holding it for Eden.
You do?
I didn't specify how large the rock was.
Well, that's too bad. move.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's
pick it
too
up.
bad.
I'd like you to
Yeah.
make a strength saving throw.
It's too bad, Moo.
I'd like you to make a strength saving throw.
It's a big
I
rock.
pair
It's a 19.
Oh, that's a
a
15.
couple
Try me.
d10s. Okay, all right. A couple d10s here.
I might die here, guys.
Yeah. Not gonna say that, actually. Never mind.
The rock is too large to lift.
The boulder.
The boulder.
Go out with a bang.
I got a
Is there
19.
any other bunny-shaped rocks around this boulder that I could keep as a pet?
Like babies?
I mean, I could carve you.
Maybe,
No.
yes.
I could carve you one out of a piece of wood.
Okay,
Wood bunny.
Wood, buddy.
wood buddy.
What's your strength score, Nova?
Ten.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
I have a plus 3 to saving throws.
Picking it
Iris
up is
is
one
just-
thing. Being able to actually carry it is
Okay,
another.
hush.
I can
Your
just
carry
imagine
capacity is
Kyris
different.
standing like to the back, just. She's just so out of it, and she's about to start hallucinating or something.
Oh my god.
Can we put the bunny rock in the couch of holding?
I mean,
You guys can try.
It's
I mean-
not fit.
Yeah, it's really small couch of holding.
Yeah,
and
That's not a really small rock.
it'll be fine.
It's a couch of holding. It's bigger underneath the cushions.
Yeah.
You have to get them to, between the armrests. We're not going to break the perfectly carved armrests, are we?
okay.
Have I
Well-
seen? Oh, so what the sword did to the tree? Have I seen anything similar before?
No.
Let's see.
I did say that it was a creepy death sword.
Can I use it?
That you did.
No.
I mean, I can't, but it'd be fun to use.
I mean, we did mention the fact that it was tied to my bloodline. You can
I know.
try,
No,
but I would
just-
really not want you to.
It'd be super cool.
And this is how.
And then when we fight people, it's like super certain
knows
that
they
they're
have
dead.
siblings?
Oh my gosh. We could do an endgame fight and I could give you the sword.
Oh my god.
Worthy one.
As long as we both have one hand on it, right? It'll let me use it.
Do you want to try?
Or what if
Oh
you
my
like?
god.
What if you like? What if I put your blood on my hand? Would it let me use it?
Oh my god. No, we are not going to try that.
What?
Yeah,
Come
I'm
on.
with Kyris on that one.
I have
Science.
concerns.
Science.
No, silence me. Who do you think you are?
Science. No, I said
I don't-
science, not
I was
science.
like, you said silence. I was like, excuse me.
Charisma of six.
Silence.
Charisma of
Charisma
six.
of
Guys, not my blood on your hand. That sounds gross.
Whatever.
Iris is about to throw hands if you're trying to silence her.
Kyris needs to go to bed.
Yeah, you're hearing things, obviously.
She started hallucinating.
I am. I'm going to
Just
go
like-
put you to bed.
And just like in the middle of the conversation, try and silence me. And
We're all just
everybody
like,
looks over at her. Huh?
All right, Grandma, let's go back to bed.
Kyris, it's okay.
What?
It's okay, Kyris.
No.
What happened last night? Why is some people clearly did
No.
not get any sleep at all?
Don't worry about it.
No, I'm a little bit worried about it.
What about it?
Kyris.
Is fine. I'm a little bit sleepy. It's,
Right. You're sleepy?
I'm a sleepy boy.
You're really sleepy,
Are
right?
you lying?
I'm a sleepy boy.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Mm, right.
So
Can I intimidate everybody into believing that I'm fine?
No.
Moo's
Say,
not answering.
say that again, Vestal. What?
Can I intimidate
Moo.
everybody into thinking that I'm fine?
You can certainly try.
I'm gonna say no.
Damn it.
It's way too obvious, man.
Yeah,
I Yeah.
You can't just be like
already
angry
knows.
at everyone.
Yes, I can.
I mean, you
Kyris.
can.
Once you pick up
She's
that
angry all the time.
once you pick up that point of exhaustion, it's really hard to hide that.
Yeah.
Kyris is always angry anyway.
Kyris, you want to go take a nap
No.
with me?
No.
It's time to go take a nap. It's nap time.
No.
Yes,
Really,
it's nap time.
MCV, can we go take
I
a
can
nap?
sing you a
Um,
lullaby.
Did we get everything we needed to get from this Waystone? Do we know the next one where it is?
Well, some of you have access to a passage that was
Yeah, I already read it. I'm ahead of
by
it.
Kyris, and maybe
Especially
that
Twitter,
would
the
maybe provide maybe some clues on where you could maybe go. Maybe.
Maybe?
Just maybe a little bit.
Maybe?
You know, the book that got you this far.
Maybe we should take a look at that.
Hmm. Are we taking a look at the book?
Yes, we're looking at the book.
Okay.
Krios.
Yeah.
I recommend that you continue to not use the sword for the time being. And make sure it does
That
not
was-
fall to the wrong hands.
The exact opposite advice I gave them.
You guys are very conflicting, actually.
Use the sword on
Yeah.
everything.
Do not use this sword.
I am an advocate
Krios,
for
use
melting
your
people with a
instinct.
rot sword.
We're never
I
gonna
think-
figure out what it does.
No,
The
but that
Scarlet
doesn't
Rot,
matter.
that's what it inflicts.
We don't
Elden
want to
Ring.
see what it does. Look at what it did to that tree.
Youch.
More importantly, we don't know
I
what it
mean,
will
be
do
great
to
for
Krios.
self-defense.
Yeah,
We don't
every
know-
time I look at this
Exactly.
thing, it reminds me of stuff that I don't want to remember, quite frankly. So,
Oh, I just
Okay, so
touched my
maybe just for-
glasses.
Get that it exists.
well, I did attempt to do that. Hence why it's been hidden under my cloak for the entirety of
Yeah.
this journey. But
Just
Some
do that
things-
again.
Some things, as much as you'd like to forget, are unforgettable.
Like me.
Proverbs with Victor. His new book.
oh my gosh, Victor, we can write a poetry book.
Somebody quote that and write it down. We're gonna start a book.
Okay.
The D&D quote book.
Oh god.
Where are my glasses cleaner?
Okay, who has? Okay, give me the book. We're not doing this quickly enough. And this is Tauré speaking, because he's impatient.
Uh-huh.
Impatient boy.
Give me the book.
Tori, do you want some tea?
I require the book.
Eden's
I didn't
just
bring
like,
the,
I'm
I
gonna
didn't
have
bring
a
the
nice
set,
morning.
Kat.
You didn't bring the set?
You didn't bring the set? Who
I
are
didn't.
you?
What? I didn't bring the fine 50 gold piece China tea set.
The
Yeah, who
tea
are
guy
you?
didn't
Into
bring
the
the set.
woods?
You're peeking, by the way.
I mean, I have one that's like a cheap one. I think.
Okay, so let's have tea.
While
And
we
read
look
the
at the
book.
book, sure.
Yeah. We could even play cards. Out of leaves.
Cards?
Yeah.
I also have the chessboard.
Okay.
Can we play chess?
Who's looking
We're
at the
not-
book? Can you actually read the book
Alright.
and figure out where we're going, please?
I'm
strange-
finding which tea I need.
It mentions a strange cavern.
A
It
cavern?
mentions a pathway that diverts.
Oh, that too.
Eeny, meeny, miny,
And then
moe.
there's a large rock, which kind of looks like a hilt, and that leads to the cliffside and the cavern, and apparently a gateway of some sort. Seems perfectly safe.
Sounds intriguing.
Where is
Okay, we'll do 3 ashes, I guess, because that's the only one I have enough of.
Nice.
We know one of the
Installed.
pathway is not the right one because it's not the right nature. I think. I can't.
What do I roll for that again?
I don't care.
Well, it was a 17 on the die, so we're good.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good.
Okay, none of you can be charmed for the next hour.
Darn.
Good to know.
How convenient when
really?
you have the Fae in the party.
Yeah, I'm like staring at you as I do it.
You want to know
Just
what's
go block
funny?
your vision real quick.
Nobody can put me to sleep because I'm immune to magical sleep.
Well, same here, but
Imagine
Not
being in
immune to
hell.
being knocked the fuck out, though.
Yeah, come here.
So
So were we doing anything to check?
And then people were reading the book while you were making tea. So
Yes.
what are you guys doing? Are you following along what the book is saying to do?
Eth.
yeah,
Yeah, we should do that. We should listen to the book.
Safely listen to the book, but yes.
Safely?
Safely.
When have we ever done anything safely?
Starting now. You know, out in the wild. No
I
bad.
think
I really miss my bed.
we're as safe as we can be.
habits are hard to change.
Well, but
And
you
being
have to
safe?
start somehow.
Or, yeah.
I vote safety's good.
Thank you, Krios.
I know exactly why you're saying you want to be safe, and I'm resenting you for it.
Why?
Safety first.
Wait, why? Estelle, you asked me, like, I have a good memory.
No, not you, Krios.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna.
Okay, you may have figured something out.
Really?
I'm going to walk
Not
up.
that dumb.
I'm going to walk up to.
I think you're very smart.
Not Kyris. Kyris has a -2 intelligence.
But
Which is
Okay.
why she doesn't realize that her actions right now are not being great for her goal of changing seasons. But now I can see that pretty clearly.
I'm going to walk up to Kyris. And I tell her, "You look like shit," and I'm gonna cast 2nd level healing word.
Oh my god, thanks!
2, 2, 4. You heal for 8.
Oh my god. Hello?
I just realized I'm injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Guys, we got dive bombed by
never-
birds.
Yeah. Okay,
That was like a lot of
guys,
weeks ago.
we've talked about looking at this journal for like 10 minutes now. We haven't actually done it, so can we do that?
Well, we did
We
look
we
at the
looked at
journal
it
while
and
you
we
were.
were just wondering what to do.
What is the
I'm
book?
just
And
gonna
we've
go
also
start
already
walking.
decided we're gonna walk and follow the book.
Noah,
Mm-hmm.
we have a channel that has the
Huh?
journal.
Oh, right. People weren't saying it out loud. Okay, cool.
The current contention is whether to do it safely or not.
Oh, why'd you have to make the
We're
font
doing
so
it
weird?
safely.
It's purely to
Let's start
annoy you.
walking.
See, we say we're gonna do it safely, but I really doubt it's gonna be very safe. We can try to be safe, but I doubt that it'll be safe.
I mean, the person that wrote the journal said that it probably wasn't safe.
Yeah,
we'll use common sense and do it as safely as we can without actually being safe. Happy?
Common sense, yes.
And if something
Common
is
sense.
unsafe, we have a creepy death sword now.
True. And worst comes to worst, creepy death sword comes out.
Yeah, exactly.
True. Okay, let's walk.
Let's walk.
Maybe run. Running is fun.
Oh no.
Running
I
is the exact
do not
opposite
want
of
to
taking
run.
it safe.
That's
Yeah.
full charge
You
ahead.
guys start walking down the path opposite the direction that you came from the other Waystone. Tauré, you can feel that you have branched off of where the ley line is flowing. But as you guys get closer to the area mentioned, you can sense a very small, slight strand of it. And it seems like you're following that. This does not look like a natural tether. It looks very artificial.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, as you guys continue up the path, Victor, Na, Tauré, and Barry, you start to feel the ground shake. And then it shakes again. And it shakes again, and you realize what you are hearing is heavy footsteps.
Oh.
They've got a cave troll.
It is not coming from in front of you. It is coming from, I guess I would describe it as your 5 o'clock? Kind of behind you, but not really.
Oh. Lovely.
Southeast.
You assume you were traveling straight north,
Yes.
Well,
which you are not.
southeast to us.
Uh-huh.
Listen,
That's
Kyris is
Still
dumb,
not how
okay?
directions work.
Okay, but
Kyris is dumb.
Southeast,
Kyris is
southeast relative to where you are facing.
that helped me understand, so
Okay.
I don't know. I understood where it was coming from based on that. I'm stupid in real life.
That's
Me
not stupid.
dumb.
Relative direction is fine.
How far off is it?
Well, the you can not hear a sound in the air, just vibrations through the ground.
Uh-huh.
I don't like that.
So
Is it unusual? Is that unusual in this day and age to hear rumblies in the ground?
to hear?
Feel?
Well, presuming that they are in fact something like footsteps, sound travels much faster through the ground than it does through the air. So if you're only feeling it through the ground, it's probably farther away from you than you think.
I understand. I'm saying, is this a usual occurrence? Like, do people experience this a lot, or
You got no idea.
I'll ask
Victor and
famous, I guess.
Nah,
or whatever.
You guys know that there are some dangerous creatures when you get farther away from the cities. The island itself is not safe entirely. There's a lot of wilderness, and you are in the middle of some of the most secluded wilderness.
I see.
Yikes.
You're getting a sense of danger, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I pretend I do not see it. I don't actually.
Keep your heads on a swivel. And
What are we swiveling for?
And do not make loud noises.
Be quiet.
What are we
Like a
swiveling
mouse.
for?
The scaries.
Something big.
How big?
That's
Large.
concerning, but okay.
Like, are we talking a really big man or like mountain big?
A really huge man, yes.
Somewhere in between.
Concerning.
Should we hide?
I don't think so. They're far enough away, I believe.
If it's
Let's
a haste,
just-
it would hiding even be effective?
Let's just probably stay low.
I don't know.
Maybe. Like,
Okay.
try
Are
not
we-
to be too loud or crazy.
Are we trying to head towards the cave that was mentioned in the journal?
Yes.
Okay, then let's just keep this creature thing in mind that's to our southeast. Or whatever, and we keep going. Can we all, like, be stealthy?
Yes. We are stealth.
I mean,
We're
you
not.
say that, and I have to make you do a team stealth roll. So
Please no.
let's go, Pastel.
No.
Oh,
Kyris with her armor gonna give us all away.
Her armor.
Anyway, dirty
You guys
20.
hate me today.
28.
We aren't rolling. No.
No, we're rolling. No, you're rolling.
We're rolling.
If we're intentionally trying to get
Nat
around
20.
this thing... Okay,
That's
nat
a-
20,
Nice.
dirty 20, 28,
26.
26. Okay, so half of us are above a 20, so I think we're good.
19.
Put him
My
in the
nat 20
chat.
comes out to a 22. Also,
Put him in the chat.
Pastel, what did you get?
Eden got a 10. 11, 20, 19, 22.
Look, it's not my day today for
As long as
dice.
it's not a nat 1, it's probably fine. Because our average is still looking good.
Oh, yeah, we're fine.
Damn,
So-
Kyris.
Despite a bit of clanking from the armor and Eden very loudly talking to Momo, I guess, most of you can make your way through the snow without crunching it up too much. To which, Tauré, you're rather impressed that everybody else was just so capable of going into
Nice.
stealth mode. So, you guys manage to, as you are traveling up, those of you who can hear the footsteps notice that they're not exactly getting further away from you, but they're not getting any closer. Eventually, you see a fork in the path, one that kind of heads down into an elevation that you can see down the mountain at this point. You're on the north face. You see a ton of hills beneath you, and then past that are swamps and jungles. The air on this side is a little bit warmer, despite the snow being there. But the other path goes up. It is steep, and it does not look like a fun time to climb. As you notice that, you can see a rock formation which loosely resembles the hilt of a sword struck into the ground.
I think that's it.
That's where we go.
So,
pointing down the not fun path, probably.
yeah. Well, up the not fun path.
Is the not fun path also going in the direction of the boom booms?
No.
Okay.
Those are still behind you. I would like everybody to roll an athletics check if you are going to attempt to climb this path.
Ooh, really? Do I have to?
What's the other path
Do I have to roll?
Not where you're headed.
5 Tauré, yeah.
Oh my god! I got a 15?
Wait,
got
athletics or
natural
acrobatics?
I got a 15. Because my -2 on strength really, really hates me.
I immediately forgot what we were supposed to be rolling.
Athletics.
Awesome. Okay.
I got a 14.
Of course, it's the one I have worse at. Oh, I also got a 14.
Okay. So it looks like for the most part, not a lot of people struggled with climbing up,
Surprisingly.
which is great. Yeah. Now I need to double check just to remind myself. Kyris, you do have disadvantage on all ability checks, so keep that in mind when you're rolling. You have a level of exhaustion.
Can we
I
give a help
forgot about
action?
that. I'm so sorry.
No, you're too busy climbing yourself.
Okay, that's still my disadvantage.
Okay. So I just keep that in mind for the for all the ability checks for the rest of today.
I completely forgot about that.
Okay, so you guys climb up. It is pretty brutal. The rock is not easy to grab onto. Your feet keep slipping on the way up. It's a little bit icy. Eventually, you guys make it to the top, and you see the path that is mentioned in the book, and it's no longer just a little crevice. You can see that time has eroded this into what looks more like a cave entrance than just a crack in the cliffside.
Okay, we go. Or
Let's go.
I'd like to go to the entrance and see if a cloaked figure shows up.
What?
Have you read the journal?
Oh, yeah, no.
Even
I was
Okay.
just relying on you guys.
So you go up to the entrance. I would like you to make a perception check to look inside.
Me? I got an 11.
So standing from the outside, it's really hard to see in there. Your eyes are blinded by the sun and the snow when looking into such a dark area. You can't really see in there even with dark vision because you are adjusted to the bright light of outside. You'd have to walk inside to really see anything.
Okay. I was just gonna sit here and wait and see if anybody was gonna show up, but I guess not. We should go in.
Yeah. I think we should maybe go inside the cave.
Okay,
It's a
follow
little
me.
scary.
Come with me, Barry.
Single file line.
We will be the vanguard.
Okay, marching order then is Barry and Tauré in the front, huh?
I go in front
I'll
of
be
Kyris.
third.
I volunteer Barry to show up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Barry's perfectly fine with.
Can I be close to the front at least?
Well, it's your book that they're following, so.
I'll hold the middle.
All right. So, you guys walk into the cave. Immediately, there is a shift in temperature. You guys no longer feel the wind blowing and doesn't seem to really be able to make it that much in here. It's not warm by any means, but it is not frigid like it is outside. The cave itself it seems to be some sort of just fissure or crack, and you can see that in the back, about 50, 60 feet from the entrance, is actually a wall made of bricks that is not natural stone. It seems to be in a slight state of disarray with a bunch of rubble around it. But it's not the only interesting thing here in the cave. There is also a slight stream coming from one side of the cave and going to the other. You can't actually see where it comes from or where it's going to. And along it are some, seems to be mushrooms that have a slight fluorescent glow to them.
Yeah,
I want to go.
let's
I want to stare at the mushrooms so bad.
No, no.
I really just want to go look at them. Please?
You can look at them, certainly.
I'm joining
I hope
Victor and
they're not
looking at the
hit
mushroom.
mushrooms.
I mean, I'd like to look at the walls and stuff that are not natural.
That too.
That would be neat.
I'll look at the
So-
floor.
Okay.
Is there anything
Yeah, there's
interesting
some-
on the floor?
There's
Is it made out of
some.
floorstone?
It's
Oh god,
And it's made out of floor.
no!
this floor is made of floor. You get some interesting lichen, and
Okay.
that's about it.
There's not any ivy on any of the walls, is there?
No. The as you guys walk into the cave, your eyes adjusting to the light of the darkness. Some of you do not have dark vision, but the light glow of the mushrooms provides you a little bit of a sense of where you're going. As you guys step over the small bit of water trickling from the side of the room, kind of almost stepping out of darkness is a hooded figure. Their cloak is completely black.
Edgy.
And you
Excuse
hear... I feel like that's not that edgy. They're
Half of us have black
in a
cloak,
cave. Everything here is darkness.
It's like
just
wearing
seems real
sunglasses at
practical.
night, dude. Okay.
So everything is edgy here.
Anyways, you hear a female voice say, "Go no further."
Do I notice anything about her? Besides her edginess?
It's just a black cloak, people. I don't know what your
Edgiest
deal.
NPC you've ever made.
That's all you see is a black cloak.
Nothing
Pretty
that
edgy.
no details that are pick upable, just
Seems to be about 5'10", I guess. I mean, you can't really tell body type or build because there's a cloak.
alright.
Very obviously does not want their details to be noticed.
So
Right.
edgy.
Why should we not continue? What's ahead?
Danger. For you.
For us
Sure.
specifically or in general?
For anyone.
What type of danger?
The more you know, the more danger you will be in.
Is it danger for you?
Of a sort. But again,
So you can't guide us.
They wouldn't be willing anyway.
Who's to say?
They're
What's your
trying to
cloaked figure
leave.
that maybe has a name? Hey, what's your name?
I will not be sharing that. Now be gone.
But secret.
And if we refuse to leave?
All I can do is warn you of the peril you will be putting yourselves in.
Thank you for your warning.
Can I, if you don't mind, person, I'm going to detect magic, and then I'm going to cast a spell.
So, you sense that this person has the capability of magic, much like you sense your friends do, but the source of their magic is foreign to you.
Okay. Do they seem, and this might need a check, but do they seem openly hostile, like they would attack?
Make an insight check. I will allow one other from your party to make an insight check.
18.
Who's doing it?
Who has higher? Who has
Not
the?
me.
I have not 16. That's just my passive.
I have
but
a +6. I got an 18.
You have a +3.
That's fine.
I've
18 is good enough. Tauré, you get the sense that whatever she is protecting here, she legitimately believes that it will cause you danger. She will not, however, attack you, as she said. She does seem to not really want to do that.
How long have you been here?
If you will not leave, then I will take my leave.
Is there
Is
no
there
way we can
anything-
convince you to come with us?
Nothing you can accomplish. And with that, the cloak falls to the ground and is empty, and then phases into nothingness.
But I wasn't done asking questions. Come back.
Man, I was gonna ask if you want to play chess.
Yeah. Or like if she had any other advice besides a creepy warning, which you know we should follow, but I also know we aren't.
Though we did say that we wanted to keep safe, and this seems like the opposite of safe, considering we were literally
Yeah.
told it's danger.
Well,
I did tell you. I think danger is pretty much guaranteed with this.
while this is
I mean, it
certainly
doesn't have to be guaranteed.
while this is certainly unsafe, so is breaking the barrier, which is what we sought
But
out
it's
to do.
something we are determined to
True.
do.
Exactly.
So let's just use our common sense.
This may be a step in the direction of breaking the barrier, though. We don't know.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
lay
and
low.
and the journal says something along the line of this figure told them to pursue the path of this world, not others. So this thing here might lead us to what we're looking for. If it might lead us to other worlds or realms, rather.
We don't know what kind of danger or for who.
But we never do.
We'll
do.
never know, because she's never going to give us more clarification, because she disappeared.
She's
And
gone.
I'm trying to convince myself we can be optimistic.
I think we shall
Listen,
proceed.
I mean,
Well,
we can be optimistic that we're gonna get hurt.
I've received guidance that my next step was in the north. So I think this is what we're supposed to be doing.
I think we shall proceed.
Now, whether we should rest first, I think, is a different story.
We just
would like to rest if that is possible.
What time is it?
It is not possible for a long rest at the moment.
Well, but we can short rest. We can take a little nappy, right? We took a
You
journey.
may.
Does short rest heal?
Yes.
Hit die.
I'm gonna investigate the walls instead of sleeping.
And the walls you do investigate, there is, much like the book says, a mural that you can see of. It looks like potentially an elf, but their skin is painted strangely. It looks like dots of light, galaxies in their skin. The cloak that they are wearing is similarly black to the figure that you just saw, but they have many little pinpricks of light in it as well. The person is bent over looking into what looks like a giant telescope. At the far end of the telescope, where it is pointed, you can see it essentially looks like a portal to hell, almost. There is a city gleaming with some sort of bronze or brass or copper material. Fire makes up the landscape. But it is contained within that little circle. But you see the exact same depiction in a gateway that is next to said person, contained within an arch.
Interesting.
The other thing you notice about the wall is that the bricks are broken just enough for somebody to be able to slip through into whatever those ruins are.
I'm not gonna touch those yet.
Just to keep you in the loop, Song of Rest. Before short resting.
I'm rating it.
I'm saying it out loud because the stream does not get to read chat.
Yes, so for short rest couch, all you do is if you want to heal, you have what are called hit dice, and you can roll the hit dice and get the healing. It is a limited resource. You get half back with a normal long rest, only a quarter back when you're long resting in the wilderness. The certain things for other people come back on a short rest, but I don't believe you have anything like that. So for you, it would just be healing.
So how would I do that over here?
So if you go in your D&D Beyond page and hit short rest, have you hit short rest?
Yes.
Okay, you see where it says hit die and has the boxes?
Uh-huh.
Just click however many boxes of the dice you want to roll and hit take short rest. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's enough rest for me. I think that's it. I'm not scary of dying, so we're cool.
Okay.
It did not do the thing for me.
What thing?
I told it to take short rest and it didn't
It didn't do it for me either. Just roll your hit die like you can
Yeah.
do it with the...
It just says you have completed a short rest. Relevant abilities have been reset, but it's not actually doing anything with the hit die.
That's not normal.
I mean, I can just roll a d8 because that's
Yeah, well, it's a d8 plus your
+2.
con modifier. So for every hit die you get, it's a 1d8 plus 2.
And I rolled a 7, so.
Yeah, you're good.
You get 9.
Weird. That should automatically do it for you. I wonder why that didn't.
And the extra 1d6.
Yes, and you also have a 1d6.
I don't think I need it.
So many dice.
Since I looked at the floor, can I look at the ceiling?
Yeah, there's not too much interesting in the ceiling.
No hidden messages.
No. But, you know, I'll keep that in mind now, so you'll always have to check the ceiling.
Okay. What else did you say was in the cave? Besides mushrooms?
It's not a very interesting cave. There's a mural, the ruins, the mushrooms in the water.
I'll go stare at the water very intensely.
You notice little bits of sediment passing through it,
Does it have
cutting
gold?
into the stone. You don't see any gold.
Damn.
Just random coins rolling down the stream.
Yeah.
I think she meant more like gold dust,
No,
like panning for gold, but yeah, no gold
I know.
coins either.
Oh wait,
my
guys.
gosh.
Did we eat?
We didn't.
Barry has good berry, and has been keeping the party with good berry, because that serves as a meal for a whole day.
Yummy.
Here.
Eventually, even Barry's going to get tired of the good berry and want to eat actual food.
He's here.
That's not it. Did you say he's here?
He's here.
He's here.
That's so intimidating. He's here.
He's here. Hi, baby.
How about the mushrooms?
What about the mushrooms?
Can I touch them?
Don't
Will it
touch
poison
them.
me?
Can Barry do a nature check on the
I
mushroom?
wanna. Oh, I so want to
asleep.
touch the mushroom.
Do not touch the mushrooms.
But usually they won't do anything. Usually.
Can I just take one thing at a time, please?
Barry rolls a 17 on a nature check on the mushrooms.
I was going to say you'd have not seen these mushrooms. You would not be able to make a nature check on these, but you would be able to make a survival check.
Okay.
To try to determine what the general gist. So just use that same roll, but apply your survival modifier instead. Okay. Typically, things don't put effort into glowing unless there's a reason. And if you don't know that reason, you are safer than not touching them.
Can I pick up 2 rocks and hold the mushroom with that?
Oh my god.
I just want to see if this secret mushroom has a secret hidden message somewhere.
The secret hidden message is that you're gonna die if you touch it. Don't touch it.
I'm not touching it with my hands.
Do you think it'd be
I'll
possible?
take it. I'll touch it with Momo's hands.
Some stats.
Doing Momo's hands. Monster.
Eden, I would like you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I did this to myself.
Yeah,
You
you did.
You pressed for it.
15.
This is on you.
You were effectively paralyzed for 48 hours. As when you get near the thing, it disperses all of the glowing material in a powdery dust that is so sensitive to airflow that it is not possible to avoid at the vicinity that you were at. When you inhale it, you immediately convulse and fall on the ground.
This is why we don't touch stuff.
Now we gotta do CPR.
Does
we
less
had one
restoration work
It's
on
fine, just leave me here.
mushroom paralysis?
I'll just keep
You
staring at the
presume that it
ceiling.
would, but there is another issue, and that is the dust now in the air.
Oh my god.
Can I use Druidcraft to create a slight wind to blow it the other way?
It has to be breathed in, right?
It did seem to be breathed in a puff of wind. Okay, I'll give me a wisdom check. Barry.
18.
Okay. So you are able to get puffs of wind to kind of disperse the spores in a way that is not going to land on you or the rest of your party. But it does take a while. So you guys lose a little bit of daylight as you're trying to avoid that situation. Eventually, though, you get to the no longer glowing mushroom and a slightly convulsing Eden.
We can try picking her up.
No, but we can't hear you.
No, you are not.
Glad it wasn't me.
Look, one of us has to do one dumb thing each session. Okay.
No.
Okay,
But
hello?
the hint was not to
There you
touch
are.
it.
I don't have Lester, so
I do.
Yes, Barry does have
I'm
Lester.
I
sorry.
will cast Lester Restoration.
Who's
Lester
Lester?
comes down and fixes Eden's mistakes.
Oops.
Just bonks me on the head.
And by
Okay,
the way,
Eden,
Thanks.
that's a
Whoever
verbal,
it was.
you're not allowed to touch anything.
Lester is typically more generous than a bonk, but
that's a verbal somatic, and so to cast it, I'm shaking my finger and saying, "Listen to me."
maybe listen to the druid about nature stuff.
okay.
You got the hint like 5 times. I don't know what you expected.
Cat just is very curious. It's fine. Anywho, do I recognize his elf on this statue thing, or on in the carving?
No, you've never seen an elf like that before.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Can I detect magic on the gateway, or whatever it is?
There is no gateway. It's just a mural of
Oh,
of
okay.
it. Yeah.
So the journal saw a gateway, but we don't.
The journal describes the same mural.
Yeah, the journal's talking about the mural.
Can you go through the mural?
I
Are
thought
you-
that the journal says there's a gateway next to it, and her friend
Yes.
in the journal wanted to go
Yes.
through it, right?
Yes, as in
The
a
drawing.
mural
Yeah.
depicts a person. Next to the person is a gateway in the mural. Horn wanted to go in immediately. That is
Oh, into like the
referring to the actual stones, like the crack in the stones.
Uh-huh.
They wanted to go into the ruins.
Okay. Well, there we go.
I'm gonna walk up to the mural.
You can get out your red pen and mark up Hyyluna's journal however you want, but she's not going to be around to take your suggestions.
I'm gonna walk up to the mural and do I recognize the type of figures there?
No.
I don't either. Interesting.
No. None of you seen this type of person before.
Interesting. Very, very interesting that neither Tauré nor me knows.
Old people.
I'm gonna touch the mural.
Old people and one of them from the Feywild.
Yeah.
Did Victor just touch the mural?
I want to touch it.
Y'all need to stop touching things.
I mean, you can touch the mural if you want.
Is there anything that's here noticeable on this mural that's, I don't know, crazy, insane? I don't know. What does Victor's eyeballs see?
You don't see anything that the others don't.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Can I go up to the stone brick wall and see if there's any cracks in it?
I literally mentioned the crack in the brick wall 5 times.
Yeah, okay, I'm not paying attention. And can I go look at the crack?
Yes. You see that the crack is into a circular hallway. You can't see where either end goes to.
Can I Eldritch Blast the wall?
There's no need for that.
Oh my god!
You can. I'm not sure if you made that comment as a joke or serious.
I did. It was a joke.
Okay, good. If you're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna make mistakes.
I wouldn't actually do it. I know that's very dangerous.
Could I do dancing lights and move one of them into the crack to see what's beyond the crack?
Beyond.
Okay. Wording aside, you see the same thing. It's just a hall. You can't see through walls. I mean, it's just a hallway. You have to go into the hallway and start exploring.
Yeah, we should just walk into the
Sweet.
hallway.
Okay, I'll go in.
Okay.
Suggestion: walk in the hall.
I'll join
You step through into the area. It's surprisingly, your detect magic. I probably shouldn't. I don't know how far away you were when you casted it the first time, but these bricks kind of have a subtle dimming enchantment. It makes magic a little bit less effective for some reason. And
Lovely.
in fact, that small little wisp of a tether to the ley line, you can see that it channels to an area that is in front of you, past walls, obviously.
Okay, this is the right way. There's a ley line connection up ahead.
Do you see anything else, or is it
Nope.
pretty safe?
I can
Okay.
just feel the direction we need to go in.
Are y'all going?
Yep.
As,
I'm here.
As a thought before we just go, there's more to the journal. Maybe we should get more information before we just jump headlong into the danger crack.
I agree.
Okay.
Good point.
The decrypt the journal, though.
Hey, how long is that going to take?
Depends on how
They-
much
Trying
time we have to work on
intimidate
it.
again.
The encryptions get more complicated as the book goes along, so it will take longer and longer to unlock to decrypt more passages.
Well, I mean, we're not on a schedule here, so
May I try
I
to
suppose we could do
intimidate it
that.
again?
I mean,
That's
if
going to be
nothing
one of
else-
those things that I only let happen once.
Damn it.
Well, that was Barry before anybody actually walked into the crack, saying, "Hey, wait a minute."
No, Tauré's already in there.
Oh, okay.
yeah, I walked through already.
He's fine. Nothing happened to him.
I'm chill. I'm looking for traps though.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a check if you want to look for traps real quick before Barry can warn you.
17.
This doesn't look like an area that was meant to necessarily keep people out.
Okay.
It just looks like almost like a living area. Like the hallway has some broken, frozen furniture. It looks like it used to be nice at one point, and there's no sign of anything but environmental weathering.
It's our new house.
Oh my gosh!
I'm away from home.
No, I'll come back out and we can. Let's do like another page or two, but after that, I don't want to wait too long. Are we able to rest inside this cave? You said we weren't able to take a long rest. Was that only because of the time of day, or?
Yes, it's the time of day, so you
Okay.
could theoretically try to get through more of the journal.
Let's try that. Okay, who has the journal?
Barry has the journal, but he will hand it over to people with intelligence to.
And yeah, you
to-
need to rest as well. If we're getting a long rest in.
Okay, so Victor probably is the only one here with a good intelligence.
Ooh, maybe.
Krios?
Victor does not speak the language that this particular passage is written in.
What's it written in?
Well, the languages change from occasionally. This one was Elvish.
Oh. Tauré?
Hello.
I too know Elvish.
Which is how you were able to decrypt it in the first place.
Yeah. We don't know what the next passage is in.
Oh, we don't know that one?
The rest of this passage is still Elvish.
Oh, it is?
The
Okay.
one after this is in Celestial.
Hey,
I,
I know
I
that
speak
one.
that too.
You guys are master of languages.
Yeah, I can't help you there.
Yeah, I thought-
Tauré literally speaks like 4 languages.
I have 6 actually.
What?
Whoa, what?
Wait, what did you add? Hold on.
Huh? No, I've always had 6 since I first made the character.
Wait, shall we
Yeah,
finish depicting
I
the
remember
last
you
of the
guys saying-
Elvish?
Oh, because Common is one of them. I added
Yeah,
one.
Celestial, Common, Elvish, Orc, Primordial, Sylvan.
Interesting.
Alright.
Uh-huh.
Shall we finish depicting the Elvish section?
Does anybody else know Elvish? Because she's like not slept.
I do.
You do?
I do.
Okay, cool. You and me.
All right. Go ahead and roll.
Come here.
I will allow you to roll either a straight intelligence check or Arcana.
I get a +0 to both of those. But I got
Nice,
an
you don't have a
18,
negative 2.
18 on the die.
11 on Arcana.
You are not able to decrypt any more of this passage. The last couple sentences that are in Elvish, you can see were... It almost looks like they were written later. You note that the end of this passage that was able to be decrypted was in a lighter cipher than the next, like, little paragraph. It takes you guys until the sun goes down, and you have not made very much progress.
Well, it was worth a shot.
Can we try doing the one after?
I was going to ask if someone were to translate the passage for Barry. I've got a +6 to Arcana. Would I be able to do that?
Well, again, your Arcana, your +6 is using your wisdom of your druidic knowledge. This Elvish, Hiyluna was quite the traveler. So Elvish is written in a way that is literally almost infused with the way that the elves used to write spells. And that is all intelligence. And it is not something that can be easily cracked. The first bit of this section was a very light encryption. You see earlier in the journal, she talks about encrypting it because her traveling partner, Horan, likes to take it and read it. But the heavier encryptions seem to be things that she seems to not want anybody to look at. They will be much harder.
I don't suppose the magnifying glass does anything.
The book is non-magical.
Yeah. Okay.
The way that it's written is like mimicking spell formulas. That's how the heavier encryption is written. Anybody with a hint of insight, though, would probably notice that they did leave this area and they did not explore inside the ruins, so the journal probably doesn't have anything for you.
That's what I was wondering, but I thought maybe she came back at a later date and wrote about it, but...
That was kind of my thought, too, was that, you know, they went and gathered more information.
You can deduce that if that was the case, it would not be the rest of this passage, and it would not be for a couple passages. Keep in mind that this was place in their journey. They still had the rest of their journey, which means that everywhere else they went is going to be recorded. And if they came back here...
It'd be way later.
It'd be way later. So you don't know.
Well, then, I guess we are going in blind.
I'm not inclined to put us in more danger than we need to. If we have to come back here, why not come back here later? If they leave. If they left.
We have the time.
Let's think about it. But for now, we probably have to wait until the next day, right?
It's getting pretty late.
Okay, let's just do that then.
I can take first watch.
I'll do second.
What are consequences of Barry only getting a short rest overnight?
A level of exhaustion.
No, not worth it.
Yeah, we all need to.
Exhaustion gives you disadvantage on all ability checks, and also I may have slightly misled you, Pastel. Your exhaustion does not go away tonight. It will go away the next night.
Okay.
How many watches do we need?
2.
Okay.
With the people who only need a 4-hour trance or sleep or rest or whatever, you only need 2 watches. And
Okay,
there
cool.
will be 2 of you awake at all times. So
I'll take second watch.
Kyris Warren
Anthos
first.
that does not mean, however, that those of you who need 8 hours of rest can't be up for your 2-hour watch. If you want to be a part of the watches, instead of just sitting back and letting these fancy 4-hour rest people get all the excitement, then you can be up. I just want to let you know. Regardless of what you choose, though, literally nothing happens overnight, so it doesn't matter.
Okay,
But-
so I'll just take a long rest.
Yeah. You guys can take a long rest. Remember, you only recover half of your max HP, and only half of any class resources or spell slots that you've used.
So if I only used 1 spell slot,
You
but
get
it
it
was
back.
level 2,
You still get it back. 'Cause that's
you
still under half.
you would lose a first level and gain a second level.
okay, I can do that.
Because you get back 1, but then you have an overflow, so you have to bump it up 1.
How much HP would I get for this? Oh god.
If you're not below half health, you are fully healed.
Okay, cool. So I could just press the button and be cool.
Hold on.
No, is everything okay?
No response.
1 second.
Suspicious.
I mean, y'all didn't see me do anything.
Oh wait, the
I'm
long rest
blind.
button will fuck up your hit die. Because you don't recover all
Yeah,
of
you
them.
need to do it manually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, friends. If I could change D&D Beyond to do the things that I wanted it to, I would. But it does not really like homebrew rules.
So I just get my hit die back since I only used 1.
Yes.
How many do we get? 1?
Half. So normally you get half of the maximum amount of hit die that you have back. In this case, you only get a quarter.
Okay, yeah. And I've
so-
got 5, so...
What if we
Right.
have
So it would be
3?
2.
Okay, so I get all of them back. Cool.
You get 2 back.
Okay.
Use 2, yeah.
You round up.
Also, then I could
Okay.
have just fucking long rested.
Uh-huh.
All right,
My
well,
body is in pain.
guys, we do need to go into this place. I have received further emphasis.
So we are skipping the night. No roleplay. No one wanted to say anything.
You
I
may
wasn't
roleplay
gonna-
if you wish.
I was not going to talk to you or say anything if
I
Well,
would
but I-
no.
But I
Thank
didn't.
you.
I want to make sure that we don't just skip roommates time.
Why?
Exactly.
Why are you so intrigued?
Cause I don't know.
Because-
The only couple in the game right now.
Oh my god, they're
You are.
besties. They're
Okay,
besties.
Yeah, they're just best friends.
Yeah,
We
I don't know.
we
I
made
don't
it
know what
clear
you're
we are not
insinuating
just
here.
friends, just best friends.
Yeah, y'all already made it clear that you guys are not
then
just
they
friends
kissed.
anymore.
They did kiss. It was adorable.
I can give you a whole roommates thing if you want.
She's just a
We're-
friend.
That's crazy.
I'm
Kyris
down
is being
for.
friend
I'm
zoned.
down for roommates lore. Are you kidding? I'm like the biggest supporter of the roommates right now.
Actually, I'm here. I have a snack. I'm ready to listen.
Okay. Kyris, it's your turn to be angsty.
Yes.
Where's my camp button? Where's my camp button?
My hoodie just broke.
Oh.
He came off.
Oh wow.
I don't have my cap button.
Anyway. Krios, I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
You're not sleeping is the first thing.
Well, obviously, but you know that's not what I'm talking about.
Changing?
Yes. I don't know how to change my emotions. I'm trying so hard, but I can't.
You're still reacting the way you always have, which, I mean, is fair. You're not going to just be able to change how you react to everything overnight.
But I need to. That's what I need to do because I don't want to be like this.
But it doesn't have to be immediate. You have time.
Do I? What if I don't? What if it never happens because we never get to the Feywild? What if that's how long I have to wait? I'm not willing to wait that long. And what if I give up?
Are you?
I don't know.
This is something you want, right?
Of course it is. Sorry, I just hear turkey. Let me let him out real quick.
Turkey!
Oh.
Turkey.
I became a green screen for a second.
Did you just do the Chad chin thing? It was like your camera was glitching out really bad, and I saw one frame of you starting it up, and it was just that.
Anyway. I
forgot where we were.
I don't want to give up, but what if I have to because I have to be in the Feywild? What if Nal's right? What if I can't change because I can't? Because I've never been to the Feywild.
Then, we're gonna have to borrow some of Barry's paint.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, if you're not gonna turn orange by yourself, we can paint you orange.
Krios, we are not painting me orange. How do you even know it's gonna be orange?
I don't! But, like, that way we can choose the color.
I love how couch is just eating. I'm sorry, I'm getting so distracted.
You're sitting there like, man, good show.
Yeah, good show.
Couch, I'm gonna join you. I'm gonna join you with my seaweed chips.
I think it's a solid backup plan.
I'm not willing to do that. I don't want to be covered in paint all the time. I wouldn't be acting the same.
In paint?
Now Polly wants out. God damn it. These cats are annoying.
Yeah, the whole party's just sitting there with food. This is like an operatic drama.
It is.
None of us get a full long rest.
It's time to break into song.
You act like I won't.
I was hoping you would. I was hoping it would happen.
You think I'm a villain. But I'm
Oh my god.
Under all that angst and anger is a human beating heart. Fun fact, that's a song I'm listening to right now. It's Kyris' playlist.
Of course it is.
Anyway.
That would apply to Kyris, not gonna lie.
I don't think Kyris winter form
Would
would
break
ever
into song.
sting.
Oh,
Right.
definitely not. What about flower crowns?
I would not be object to flower crowns, so those are very pretty.
I agree.
What if we just made everybody flower crowns?
I think that's a
Would that be a team bonding exercise?
Yeah.
Would that count as me opening up?
I think so.
Should we make flower crowns tomorrow?
Well, we kind of have to find a place
in the snow.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
We're
Make it
lacking
with
flowers. When we find some,
we'll figure out a time to make flower crowns.
We will, and we'll figure out how to get you to change.
I hope so.
I think we can do it. I think you can do it.
I don't. With how it's been going so far, but I have to give myself time, and that's what I'm not doing.
You want to know what that is? Your third mistake. I'm keeping track.
Sorry, what?
The first was not sleeping. I actually forgot what the second was. But the third is not believing in yourself.
Sure. Whatever. Sure.
The second was denying the orange paint.
Oh yeah, that's it. Thank you.
I'm not gonna be like Barry, we are not painting me.
That's what you think.
You paint me, Krios, we're gonna have issues.
She's gonna wake up one day and she's covered in
Not
orange
just
paint.
fucking orange.
I was just trying to help. You just
Trying to help.
It's honey-based paint. It washes right out.
Oh
Oh,
my god.
Oh, that's no.
I hate
No,
that.
it does not. No, it doesn't. That took like 3 hours.
I just hope that this whole thing isn't for nothing.
Even if you don't end up changing as easily as other eladrin do, you coming to terms with everything, I think, is worth it. You
I
don't
hope
have to have physical proof of what you faced and what you've learned and how you've improved in order to recognize that you have improved.
Okay.
Sometimes it's not as obvious as that, but I have known you, and you have become so much warmer.
That's because you guys were just out in the snow.
I was meaning in the past 200 days, but that too.
Krios, if you don't mind, I'm going to step outside for a second and see if this is where we're supposed to be.
You're gonna get colder again.
It's Jesus Christ. I hate it here. I hate it here. I hate it here. I hate it here. Anyway.
No, it's fine.
I step outside and I want to focus on the wind.
You close your eyes. You can feel in the moonlight cold winter wind wrapping around where you're standing.
Cool.
You sense that it is wrapping around because there are two directions. One is coming from within the mountain. And the other is further along the path that you guys had been traveling.
We good?
Have any questions on this signal?
Is one of them stronger than the other?
Of a sort. The wind from the mountain is stronger and seems more precise, while from down the mountain it is wider but weaker.
I keep that in mind as I go back inside the cave.
No, you instantly forget.
Yes, absolutely. No, I only tell Krios about the one pointing inside the mountain.
Okay.
So we're going the right way?
We're going the right way.
Can't believe you're withholding information.
Interesting.
Do you want me to roll deceit?
Yes.
Exciting development.
Deception versus insight.
No, it's a deceit check, remember? That's what she just called it.
Yeah, deceit. Well, it's the deception or persuasion.
I got a nat 20 on
But-
that.
For you, it's deception because
I can't
an
read.
ability.
So Krios
It's an
knows.
ability check. So modifier.
I got a 19 plus 4.
With disadvantage?
So
Yes, because I rolled a nat 20 and a 19.
Oh, nice.
Oh my goodness.
Krios. Krios, what's your modifier?
Plus 4.
24 versus 23. Krios wins.
By one? What in the drama?
It's true, but I can't deny that second nat 20. I will say, Krios, you can't tell if this is her being tired or her letting something slip.
Gonna question it because he's gonna trust her. Should we get the others?
Yeah.
All right, changing shift to Na and Tauré.
Yeah.
Sup?
So,
I have nothing to speak to you about.
Wow, me either.
old.
In like the friendliest way, well, in sort of a friendly way.
Krios is also still awake.
Yeah, no, that's a given. That's a given. We
understandable.
understand that already.
Can you just be leaning up against the wall watching them?
Krios, you can just be awake. You don't have to pretend.
Yeah, we already are aware, so you don't have to hide it.
Great, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to ask, how come you can stay awake for so long?
I'm just cool like that.
Very helpful.
I see. Very well.
Okay, we're done with this, right? Can we just go to the following morning?
No, I
No,
want
no,
the
no.
awkward tension.
Yeah, Tauré and Na sit in silence.
Yeah.
I'll start whistling.
You guys are very boring.
Who said that? Did you say that, Claus? Oh, you said, okay, so Krios said that. Yeah,
Tauré
sure.
was just Tauré heard voices in his head again. He was like, "Who said that?"
Sorry. Sometimes it's... Yeah, no, he had his head down for a little bit, and then he looks up suddenly. Who said that?
Tauré,
No, I got a lot to listen to.
when did the voices start?
After my thing that happened to me. And they're not like mysterious. I know where they're coming from.
Your brain?
Let's see. Your brain.
No.
What the fuck?
There are a medley of slightly mentally unstable entities,
Me,
and then a couple that are sane. So,
not me.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Just in your sleep, me, not me.
No, not me.
Yeah, not really.
Sort of, but nah. But yeah, I know what they are and who they are, and they give occasional good knowledge.
Occasional.
That can be helpful.
I suppose that's all one could ask for.
Moo, did I already... Like, when would that have happened when we were in Whisper?
Pretty much any time throughout the night. If you wanted to play it as when you put your head down like that, then
Yeah.
then that's when it happened.
Well, then, in that case, retcon, I just did speak to and we need to go in the cave. Basically, they put it as there's a hard path and there's an easier path, and going in this cave is the easier path. And is probably much less painful.
That's slightly unsettling. Scratch that. It is a
This is
lot
the-
unsettling.
It's the easier of the hard paths. Both of them are hard paths.
Let's see. Well, I suppose we do not have much of a choice.
You good, Couch?
I'm looking at the cat.
Oh.
The one behind cat. The cat behind cat.
The cat behind cat.
You're still muted. All right.
I mean, yeah, we could choose to take the harder one and the harder path and follow the pylons, but I think it's the harder path, quote unquote, because of that thing that's walking around out there. Presumably.
Yeah, the thing that's walking around out there. I have a feeling we will have to face it at one point or another, particularly on our way back to town.
Yeah, well. So why does Nah just have like bug eyes every time you draw him?
Because he's got no iris.
Yeah, literally, I just wanted to look. I wanted
Just
to look like
huge
an alien.
Okay. Well, now shall we do long rest?
Well, you already did your long rest, buddy. You're on your watch now.
Oh, right. Well, I meant everybody else.
Yes. Eventually, the glow of day starts to peek through the entrance to this little crevasse. So you may all have your wilderness half-long rests. And you awaken very uncomfortably, I might add, in a cold, wet cave.
The cold is not uncomfortable to Kairos. She grew up in that.
Now that's edgy.
Yeah, good for you. All right, good for you.
Now that
No,
counts.
that one.
Oh, never bothered me anyway.
God. I'm watching too much Frozen.
I don't know why.
There's never enough Frozen.
I watch it like 13 times in a row. There is enough Frozen.
I was about to
And-
suggest that, G. We should do a break.
Yes, I was also going to say, as everybody wakes up, think about what you guys want to start on doing, but we are going to take our break midway point, and we will come back in, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes, G.
Always 10 minutes.
How much time do we need?
Always 10.
Always 10.
I want to get into it. I had this place prepped 3 fucking weeks ago.
I did I went to the Whisper with Moon. He was like, "You're supposed to go in there." Why are they not getting the? Why are they not getting the hint? It's not that dangerous.
It's because every time we think something's not dangerous, you try to kill us.
Yeah. I wonder.
That's only for the things that I have planned to be dangerous. No, I'm not trying to railroad you guys. I just only dropped like 4 hints about how it's.
Yeah.
It's.
It's okay to go.
We will be
but
back.
The black cloaked person
minutes.
says that it's not safe.
And you'll find out why if you go in there in 10 minutes.
But it looked
God.
like a house, and a house is safe, obviously. So we go into the safe house.
House is safe.
House equals safe.
Timer. There we go. Okay.
Well, sometimes houses can be on fire, and then they're not safe.
I trust mysterious dark figures.
I don't think this house is capable of burning since it's made of, I don't know, rock.
You never know.
No. Like I said, I have campaign plans, and I also have character plans, and your characters can do whatever they want. But as far as what's moving campaign story forward, you guys get your hints.
In the place.
You guys get your hints from Tauré and Kyris.
Hooray. Okay, I'm going to get a snack.
That's your, hey, DM, did you prep this?
Yes. Couch, every time you play with that, it's I need it in my life, actually. Like, right now, send it over.
Okay, I don't want to gripe, Couch, but the one thing that I can't stand, why do you chew with your mouth open on camera?
I don't notice.
It's every
Like
time you
this
have a
bunk?
snack, and I'm like, why?
I don't know what's
it's-
going on.
It's a me thing. It's a me thing. I hate like mouth noises and chewing.
I do the
and-
same
and
thing,
all of
Couch.
that. But
Well, good thing I have push to talk on.
yes, so
I muted
I
myself.
appreciate that. I appreciate that. If you were also chewing, I would actually just move you to the Whisper. Like, go finish your snack.
I bring it closer. ASMR.
Oh God, no!
Wait. ASMR.
Barry's the ASMR.
Yeah, ASMR from an ASMR.
Oh.
That's a good concept. Somebody should do that.
Man.
Just a bunch of grumbly bear sounds and slurping honey.
I
Oh,
will
goodness gracious.
not hesitate to kill characters.
Immediately smite them.
Immediately. Oh my god, you guys don't know how close I was to turning that rock into a real rabbit and then killing it just because you wouldn't let it go. Yeah.
You are much nicer than me as a DM, because I totally would have.
I was so close. I was right there. I was like, please, just.
I would
It's
not
fun to
hesitate.
mess around, but when it involves a single non-important object, I'm like, for the love of God, please.
Is it even worth it to pretend that Krios is tired?
I don't think
No.
you're fooling anybody, especially not the 4-hour crew.
No. Who I watched them the entire night.
And told them they're boring.
They were.
Technically, you would also be boring because you just stood there not doing anything for 4 hours as well, so...
Well, you know,
This is
you
day
gotta be
2.
still to be creepy.
This is day 2 that Krios didn't sleep. That we know of.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is day 3.
Well, he might have slept the first night. You don't know. That's the whole thing.
It's true.
Nah doesn't know, but I know. Which means that it's been 24 times 3, 72 hours.
I was wondering what you were going for there. Yes.
So Krios can stay awake for 72 hours at the very least, at the bare minimum. Because he didn't sleep during the day. There's no time for him to sleep during the day. We would have noticed.
Yeah, he just hasn't slept in 2 nights.
3 nights, the first night too.
I'm not sure what you said there.
3 nights, the first night too.
Gotcha. You said it so fast that I was like,
It sounded like something else there.
you did say 3 nuts for sure. just now.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That would be ironic, because 3 knots is not that fast. It's pretty slow, actually.
Knots and nuts are different things.
I will server mute you.
Both of which have been tainted, I gotta be honest. Anyways, how are you guys doing?
Oh.
I'm chilling.
Nobody
How
else
are
is
you?
feeling anything. I'm feeling oof, and everybody else is just
Hello,
not
hello.
feeling. Yes, I hear you.
Okay, good. I had to unplug my mic like 3 times. It's finally dying.
Guys, look at the
I have a replacement here though, so I'm fine.
keychain that I bought from my friend who is currently super in debt because she is in art school.
Oh, lovely. Art school.
Ooh.
What is it?
It's a girl.
G,
It's like
how did your
really
friend
thin
make
person.
the keychain?
Oh, I can ask her.
Please do.
Which, by the
Well, she's
way,
trying to steal her business.
No, I wanna know.
Moonflower Arts on Instagram. People, check her out. I am like her biggest supporter from
not sponsored, but
from day one.
Wow. Promo.
All right, I sponsored it. I paid for the slot. Shut the fuck up. I'm the one who manages the sponsor slots anyway.
Now, how do you say that? How do you type it, huh?
Hold on, I have to double check because I
just
do not remember.
DM it to me because I'm trying to find it actually.
I will.
Well, if we're promoing, then I plan on streaming again this Saturday and getting back into games.
Do it.
same here.
I dare you.
I just need to
So,
double check that I. This is probably fine. Hold on. Yeah, it's fine. Chicago is a big place. It's fine. Where is my window to? There you go.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna plug in a new mic and see if it works.
Okay. You have 2 minutes.
Oh, and effective the first week of May, I should be much less tired for D&D sessions. My schedule will be changing at work because my job will be changing.
Oh. As in going to a different position, or are you just leaving your current one and getting a new one?
Yeah, I'm changing back to my old team,
Gotcha.
and I'll be
You
working
excited?
410. I'll be working 410s. Yeah, I'm taking a pay cut, but I also won't have to deal with my manager anymore. So
Actually,
that's
No
not
more
true.
manager.
I will have to deal with him because I'll be doing exactly the same thing I am now, but on a team that makes sense. It's just he won't have managerial role over me anymore.
Hell yeah.
Hey, does this sound cursed at all?
It sounds.
No.
It
It
sounds.
sounds slightly different.
I have notes.
What does that mean?
Keep talking.
Hello. Hi. Testing.
It's not terrible. It's better than him disconnecting.
At least at least I'm not disconnecting and talking for 30 seconds and nobody's there.
It is surprisingly still better than Moo's audio condition.
Yes, thank you.
Your audio sounds so much like a Discord call that I played a clip, like the bird clip, to my friends, and he got so scared that he was in a Discord call that he had to like check. He was like, "Who is this person?"
Well, I'm gonna have to buy a new replacement mic, I think.
No.
Or maybe they have a cord for sale. I don't know.
We'll figure it out. Cat, you came back and then you disappeared.
Cat came back the very next day.
Hello, Cat?
Sorry, cat. That is not me, but the actual cat. Okay.
Okay, everyone's here, right?
Break is over. Pastel, are you back?
The fluffy boy.
Okay.
I had to move the cat.
Sacrifices must
tragedy.
be made.
Indeed.
She's angry at me. Look at her.
She can pout.
All right, we ready to go, folks?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you guys have just finished your long rest. You awake in the cave. There is still a hole in the wall.
Sure hope there is.
Okay. Repeat everything I said earlier about how we need to go into the thing.
Okay. What order are we going in?
I will go first.
I'll go second.
And
I'll go third.
I'll do dancing lights so we can see a little better.
I'll go after Krios.
Am I gonna be the caboose?
I'll go after Nah.
Should have said something sooner.
It's either you or Eden in the caboose.
What am I
I
gonna
mean,
see
if
back
Victor
here?
doesn't want to be caboose, then I'll be next to
Victor, you gotta be caboose because you're squishy.
Because you're squishy. But what if somebody
Yeah.
comes from behind?
No, that has to be
Okay, then I'll be
Kyris.
the caboose.
That has to be Kyris the killable.
Yeah, Kyris has to
hate
be
you.
caboose.
I think Kyris is the safest in the middle.
Kyris, the killable caboose.
Oh.
I hate you all.
Maybe Barry should take up the caboose position in the largest creature he possibly can, just so he can wedge it.
I would love to see a bear trying to fit through this tiny
Is
hole.
it time for another painted tiger?
You mean painted bear?
Painted bear in a small enclosed space?
Can I make? Am I to where I can be woolly mammoth yet?
Jesus, that's not gonna fit, bud.
No, I'm not seriously.
I don't think you have that yet.
I think that's next
All right. Well,
next challenge rating.
sorry, who was in front?
Hello.
there? Yes, Tauré. Okay. You step into the hole in the bricks again, into the hallway. You can see that whatever this hallway was, it used to have a lot more wooden decorations, which have since frozen and been weathered and destroyed. As you're walking along the floor, it looks like they had hardwood flooring over stone, but most of the wood flooring is either cracked or fractured in some way. The walls have what looks like tatters of maybe tapestries at one point. There are two paths around. It looks like you are in a circle.
Can the tapestries be made out at all?
No, they are shreds.
Man, beautiful art gone to waste.
So, 2 paths, basically.
Yes.
Is that all? Okay.
You can see the angle, the degree of which the circle is at. You can kind of see that it appears fairly symmetrical. You can see it on the outside wall. Down to your right, there's a hallway which is a little bit closer to a similar passage on the left, and you can also see that to the left there's some sort of passage that goes to the inside wall.
And this is a circle how again? I'm just trying to get a good image in my head.
So you know how circles are circular?
I'm saying is the whole structure circular?
The hallway that you are in is a part of a circle.
Okay.
So it's not a square circle, it's a circle.
Circular like a ring or circular?
I just didn't know if you meant like a spherical
No-
structure or a circle, and you said circle, and I should have.
It's a hallway, so a hallway that is in the shape of a circle is, as I alluded to, is not that the shape of the hallway is a circle and you're standing at the bottom of a circle. The cross section is not a circle. The hallway is a circle.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm confusing people who didn't have confusion before.
When in doubt, hug the left wall. So we go left.
A right wall.
What?
I also go right wall.
What?
Yeah, it's hug the right wall.
Yeah.
It's take every left turn. What are you talking about?
No, you
Well,
take every
care
right
which wall
turn.
we
Well,
hug.
I'm in the front, so too bad.
It also doesn't matter as long as you just stick to one side.
As you start filing in, following the left wall, you have your lights up so that I believe Eden and Na do not have dark vision, correct?
Yeah.
Is there anybody else who does not have dark vision?
Barry?
Barry has dark vision.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Barry has dark vision. All right, so yes, so Eden and Na are following the lights. The rest of you can see pretty well by yourself, but the lights still help. As you follow the left wall, you get around closer to that interior passage, and you can see that the inside of this circle is, well, you can see a large room in there. So it seems like this hallway is on the outside of this large circular room.
I'll take a peek.
Glancing in, you can see a huge machine. You're not quite sure. You'll have to get a little bit closer. But it has several what looks like pipes running from it. You can see one of them snaking out of the doorway and along the wall and out the outside passageway that you saw in the hallway.
Okay.
Do you get any closer? Do you go in the room?
Yeah, I'll get a little closer.
So, opening up into this room some more, you can see that this was very clearly some technologically advanced stuff. While the stonework on the outside is rather primitive, you can see this machine in the middle. It looks like, well, it looks like a massive telescope. And in fact, you've seen it depicted before on the mural on the outside. The telescope seems inoperable at the moment. You can see that there's no lights to anything. You hear nothing. Everything in here is dead. But you notice a couple things. At the base of the telescope, there's a seat. There is 2 rests on the seat, one of which has some sort of sphere on the right-handed arm, and the other one is a much more intricate device. Around the rest of the room, as I said, you can see several pipes leading down into. You can see this big circular room has other passageways into the hallway, and these pipes run out into the hallway, presumably into different passageways like the one that you saw to your left. The ceiling of this room seems to be almost like one-way glass out into the sky.
Okay.
You can see a hazy outline of the mountain peak that is almost completely transparent from inside here. And despite it being day, you see the night sky.
Trip.
Okay. Did any of us take note of what the telescope was looking at in the mural?
Wasn't it looking at the hell portal?
Yeah.
I don't suppose we know where that is.
It's about 3 blocks down from where I live.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I would describe more of the room, but currently Tauré is the only one in there. So
Yeah, I'll say, hey,
the rest of you did.
it's fine to come in here. I want to look at those instruments next to the chair. I'll look at
Okay.
the round one or whatever you said.
Would anybody else like to take a look around? Anything in particular that you are looking for? Yes, Victor.
Eden's just looking at the ceiling.
Anything he noticed about anything around?
Victor, you do notice a couple things. For one, you see a similar mural of the circle with the different environment inside. And in fact, you see several of them. You see one with that city with the metal roofs and surrounded by fire. You see a palace that appears to be underwater. Another one depicts a floating castle in the sky. Another one, a citadel deep underground. You can see that there is a realm that is almost completely black. You can only see the silhouette of what looks like to be some sort of Gothic cathedral or the architecture you're not quite familiar with, but that's what we would call it. And you also notice one that is filled with brightly colored flowers and nature. You recognize that to be a depiction of the Feywild. There are some other ones as well. There is a vast sea of stars, a couple areas with rolling hills and golden light, some places which look a little bit less friendly. But the big ones are those 6.
Pretty.
Okay.
Was anybody else looking at anything in particular? I'll get to you, Tauré, in a second.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I spelled things wrong. Can I take a closer look at like the flower one? Like, is it just flowers, or is there anything else to it?
It looks like a jungle. A lot of deep green leaves and vines and very ornate looking brightly colored flowers. You can see that there is some sort of house in one of the trees that looks like it leads to a wider city.
Hey, Kyris.
Yes?
We can make you a flower crown out of those.
I love how much trouble you had saying that.
Okay, me.
Okay, yes. So that chair that is next to the telescope, you can see is carved similarly to something that Tauré would not recognize, but that another of your characters in a previous campaign has seen. It resembles almost like a spelljammer, but of course your current characters don't know what that is. What you do see, however, is on the right-hand side is an orb that you can twist around in its socket. And I will assume, because you can detect magic at will, that you are just going to do so. It is something that you can attune to, and it controls the entire apparatus. What is on the left hand, however, piques your interest a little bit more. You can see that it is an orrery. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it is basically a way of depicting planets, typically, where you have the sun in the middle and you have all of the little planets on the outside in a 3D thing that rotates around. This orrery looks a little bit different, though. In the center, you can see the material plane. And on rings set around it are one resembling water, fire, earth, air, shadow, and fey.
So, what you're saying is the material plane is the avatar.
Not at all, but however, this orrery seems to be damaged. Not all the rings are intact. You can see that you pretty much only have the material plane, although the ring that is depicting water is not broken, whereas the other ones have either lost their enchantment or are cracked in some way. The ring itself is made of a blue silvery metal with a sapphire about the size of a quarter, completely spherical, encased in one side. You can see magical inscriptions. It is in primordial, so you can understand it. It does say basically the plane of water. The planet in the center, the material plane, is also intact. It is about the size of a baseball. The rings that around it make the entire thing about the size of a basketball, though. It is very innate. It couples into the chair at a location that can be decoupled. But you can tell without the other rings, and actually seems to be missing something else that you're not quite sure. It is not functional.
Okay. Well, darn. I bet it would let us look into other planes if it was working, since it's like a telescope.
Is there a way to make it work?
Well, there's these tubes lying around. Or not lying around, but leading places. Maybe if we went and looked at those, or where they originate from, we could see if we could make it work.
Yeah, maybe we could fix it.
I don't suppose I could just cast mending on it, could I?
You may try it.
Oh, really?
I would like you to roll an Arcana check using your wisdom.
Oh, that's not good. That is a 9.
Okay. Interestingly enough, it mimics the construction of it. Mimics druidic construction.
Oh.
But it is derived from somewhere else. Like your druidic powers come from this plane, right? You have your connection to nature and the natural magic of the world, and that gives you the abilities that you have. You can tell just high enough on that roll that you can tell that whoever made this has some knowledge of how druidic power works, potentially helped in the creation of it, but whatever they're drawing on is not the same kind of nature that you do. Anything else in this room?
Is there anything else that is like noticeable that Victor sees it with his big gay eyes?
You notice that the actual machine itself, all of the connection pieces to it, unlike the orrery, seem to be wholly intact. Everything else about this machine, despite the fact that it is not on, it doesn't seem to have gone through the same sort of degradation. And you notice that it is a material that resembles something like bronze, but you can tell that something has been done magically to it. It's almost like this entire place is a magic item.
So most of it is intact?
Yes.
Okay. So it seems like it could be fixable.
The machine itself does not need to be fixed.
But the parts, there's the parts that is not broken. Wait, hold on. Reset. Real quick, hold on.
The parts that are not broken needs to be fixed. Yes, that makes sense.
The broken parts need to be fixed, and it's like the parts that you see, the ones right there.
But the whole machine can work. But if it was to use the orrery, it could only use like the water one and the material plane one, presumably.
Right.
Or maybe it needs something else entirely to function. Chris Moose said there was something missing that we didn't know about. But the telescope itself would be able to get up and running, I think.
I mean, we could try it.
I don't see what else there is to do, so I mean, we can keep exploring first, and then.
Tauré.
Huh?
There's one more thing that you do notice. This is where that ley line is going. Well, the thread of a ley line. And it is working its way through one of the pipes. But it seems like the power is switched off, so to say.
Mm-hmm. I mean, is there a button on this thing?
You do not see anything in this room, but you do notice that the ley line is coming up through a pipe that runs into one of the other rooms.
Yeah, then we need to go explore the other rooms if we want to turn this thing on, basically.
Yeah, we need power. Power! We must continue to investigate.
Okay, somebody else go in front now.
I nominate myself. Off we go.
Okay.
Cool.
So following Victor and with Tauré's guidance leading you to, I presume, the one with the ley line, unless you just want to go through whatever doorway you find.
Probably the one with the ley line.
Okay. So, yes, you go through the one that Tauré can tell has the connection to the ley line. You go down the hallway. You can see several other hallways as you follow this pipe. It goes into a room with a flower. There's other things in the room, but the first thing that catches your eye is the flower. It is 5-petaled, bright blue, glowing slightly. The flower is on top of Tauré, where you can see the ley line interacts with whatever machine is pulling that thread in. You can see this is the only thing in this entire place that is making any noise. It's a slight hum. It looks almost like how a virus does, where it's got the legs and it comes up into kind of a geometric shape. The flower is in that shape, and it is pulling ley line out. You can see a slight wisp of blue and green and red mixed, and then it goes into the pipe and you don't see the colors anymore. Tauré, that's the first time you've actually seen ley line. Like, you can feel it.
Huh.
But it's out, like, in the open from that machine.
I want to touch it.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Look at your head, buddy. Look at your head, buddy.
I don't know, I mean, the ley line doesn't inertly want to hurt people.
But
Very
it's,
well.
it's just a line of pure concentrated magic.
Yeah, what's gonna happen? What bad could happen if I touch this?
So like a stick I could touch it with?
What is it with you people and
Touching,
things?
yeah.
Yeah, like this is something that's like glowing and magical, and you go to touch it.
Okay, are there any
The
buttons?
mushrooms are also glowing.
Look,
Exactly.
Amos,
Are there any buttons, levers, anything that indicates that it might turn the thing on?
Famous / nah, you aren't immune from that whole "what's with you people and touching things" thing.
Yeah. What do you mean? I did it one time,
Yeah, well,
and I'm still paying for it. It's still continuing.
oh, I was thinking not the book. I was thinking about the ivy in the demon
Oh.
statue chamber.
What have I touched?
I don't know. Probably nothing.
Probably Krios.
A lot of swords.
I mean, what?
a lot of swords have touched you. Well, okay. Well, As I was saying, a lot of swords.
Touch a lot of swords. Yeah, that sounds nice. That's how you should word that for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Whatever. Look, can I take? Is there like a stick around here?
No.
There's
Okay,
been-
so
There's
to
been
give you a sense of
exactly
scale-
one tree that we've seen the
Still,
entire time we've been on this
To
mountain.
give you a sense of the
Oh,
room is not that big. It's about 10 feet across. The machine itself takes up most of the vertical space. The room kind of ends upwards in a dome, and the machine itself is about 7 feet tall, with the flower sitting in that crystal-looking geometric shape. As for any method of activation, yes, you can see that on the side of the pipe that extends from the middle of this thing and goes to the ground and out the doorway, there seems to be like a valve almost. It looks like it can be spun and opened.
Okay. Do we want to turn this thing on now, or do we want to explore elsewhere first?
I think we should explore.
G has never seen any mine exploration stuff. You always turn the power on before you go exploring. It's what powers the lights.
Well, I didn't think about that. I thought it would be like do something else. It's a machine. We don't know what it does.
It'll
just
turn the
assume.
telescope on, but I don't...
It's very clearly to
Okay,
Tauré and
turning
to
the
Victor.
valve.
It's like a magical generator,
I'm
basically.
turning the valve.
It's time to turn on the generator.
Click.
Pull the crank.
You
Pull the lever, Krong.
Wrong crank lever. Wait.
Krong, clever.
Lever.
you who is turning the valve? Is it
Me.
Tauré?
Me.
Okay.
Can anybody else see the way line? Ley line?
The way line.
Interestingly, Tauré doesn't know this, but the rest of them can't see the colors. Just the light.
The girl blind.
So it looks lit up to them, and like there's light coming from just air.
Look, guys, it's ley line. And I turn the lever. Or the nozzle, or the whatever, valve.
As you turn the valve, you pause for a moment. You can feel, even if it's just a little bit, being so close to the ley line energy is both a comfort, but also a painful reminder.
Oh.
And as the ley line flows through the pipe, you can see that lights begin to appear on the walls.
Pretty.
Blue, little floating, not quite fire, but
See,
it
guys?
lights up the wall.
I told you it wasn't going to hurt anybody.
But we
Big
didn't
lights.
touch it.
Well, once you said that, I was like, good point. Maybe I shouldn't. Okay, lights are on. Cool.
Well, I guess it's time to explore.
Yes.
We should just go to the nearest door, huh?
And there are no, like, cupboards in here with cool stuff in them?
It does seem to just be like, it's just like the power room, basically.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
Boring.
there's some intricate designs within the extractor itself, and that's the most interesting thing in the room. The room itself looks like any decoration in here was not painted on the wall like the murals. So any sort of tapestry or wood or anything like that is long gone.
Mm-hmm. Onward.
Onward!
So from the power room. The hallways are symmetrical. There is 8 on either side. Sorry, 4 on either side for 8 total. Which direction do you guys head?
As per the rule that everybody follows, left. Duh.
I'm gonna throw something at you.
I think we went left last time.
That was his
You
joke.
keep hugging the left wall.
Yeah.
So let me just quickly double check what comes up. So to the left, you see that there is. Do you check down each of the 4 hallways,
Sure.
or do you just want to like stop at the first one and really investigate it?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. So the first one that you see is very clearly depicting a realm with no ground. The hallway goes in a little bit. You see one of the pipelines comes in, and it goes into the base of this stone archway, not a mural this time. You can see little pricks where it looks like the like in the interior of the archway, it looks like magic flows out of that. And you can pretty easily deduce that this is meant to be a literal gateway to somewhere else using magic. There are murals on the wall. There are spots where it looks like there should have been tapestries or some other decoration, but from the murals you can gather that this realm has only floating islands and infinite clouds. That's
I love Skyblock.
all right, but everybody who does Skyblock never makes like an actual floating island. They just do a flat fucking base, and it's always the most
'Cause it's the
boring,
most
uninteresting
efficient.
shit.
It's the most efficient.
It's so boring and uninteresting. Okay, if I ever played like Skyblock or Sky Factory, I would make my base actually look nice, because holy crap, that's so boring. It's all on the same Y level.
Yeah, it's all
and-
flat plane.
Yeah, because
Right.
Why?
The
Flat-
only
That's so
time
boring.
we wouldn't
Because they're
min-max
going-
the hell out
They're
of it.
going for progress, and they just want to have factories set up.
Well, that's dumb. Progress is
See, I
not
just-
everything.
I just
Anywho.
wouldn't play.
Would I recognize this as the one of the elemental realms?
This is the plane of air.
Yes, I figured. Okay, cool.
Oh, that makes
Oh, that
sense.
makes more sense than Astral
So
Realm.
yeah. Is there any cool stuff lying around?
No.
Okay.
It looks like anything that was in here, like I said, pretty much the only surviving structures are the stone itself, the murals, and whatever metal enchanted
Okay.
machinery is in here.
Yeah. To the next doorway.
To the next.
Have
I presume I know what's going to happen. So
Have I ever been in this place? Does this place look familiar to me at all?
No.
Okay, so I didn't go in through here.
Nope. The next is the murals depict a place with no light. It is all in shades of gray and black.
Oh, shadow.
This, you deduce, is representative of the Shadowfell.
ooh. Okay. Onward again.
The next depicts a brass city, fire engulfing the land. This is a gateway, presumably, to the plane of fire.
Rad.
Scorching.
Yeah. That's pretty fire.
That's hot.
Wow, guys.
Yeah, no, this place seems like it packs like a real heat.
And suddenly, there's icebergs filling the room.
You guys are in a mountain. Earthquake can happen at any time. Just saying.
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
The next one along does not have any pipes flowing to it, and you can see that this looks to be some sort of living space. It is quite big. It looks like whatever civilization built this area was very communal. Pretty open rooms.
How many people could have lived here?
Deducing from the size of the room, it would depend on how closely together they stacked their beds, basically. This is not like a bedroom. It's like a dwarven hall, almost. You can sense that this is the deepest part of the mountain, and you're surprised that it doesn't actually poke through the other side. Probably thousands.
Wow, okay.
Any sort of wooden structural separation between beds, the beds themselves, I mean, it's just a bunch of debris for you. But it was very clearly meant to be some sort of living space.
How far back does it go? Like a long, long way?
Yeah.
Big room.
I mean, it can fit thousands, right? So it's gonna be fucking long as
It's tall, too. It's tall.
Yeah, dwarven hall kind of style. It's gonna be
yes.
tall.
Yeah.
Like,
Quadruple bunk beds?
Try quintuple.
Nana bunk beds.
Well, I don't particularly want to go back there because it's probably just going to be debris. But if we want to walk like a mile,
I mean, would there like?
I think
What are
we
the
should do
pros
the
and
telescope
cons?
first, and then we could check this out. Maybe.
True.
Okay, let's go. That was the final hallway, right?
the hallway is a circle, so
Okay, the last one we hadn't seen yet.
you would go around to the other four on the other side.
Oh, okay.
Hallway is a circle.
Let's go. I'm trying to explore the
Main
rest.
hall is a circle. There is one more hall that looks like it was meant to be some sort of entrance. It also has a gateway, but it does not seem to be themed particularly around any elemental plane. Instead, it depicts a large, very, very large city on the material plane.
Do we
It looks like
recognize the city?
No. It looks like it's coming out of the ocean.
Whoa. Interesting. Is there like anything besides?
It's just the hallway ends in the gate and big city in the ocean.
Okay.
That's all you see. But it's not the realm of water because you can tell that the city is above the water.
Okay.
You wouldn't know that, but Tauré would.
Yeah, that's not the water plane. Blah blah blah. Okay,
Next one.
next one.
So going back around the other side, the rooms, the first one you get to is what looks like some sort of cafeteria or kitchen. It looks like there might be more beyond it, but it's similarly just rubble.
Okay.
And then going back through the other three back to the power room, you can see murals depicting the plane of water with a large citadel underwater, rays of light coming from a non-existent surface. Next one up is a land full of jungles and magic and nonsensical plants and a city of trees, and that's depicting a place in the Fae. You would know this to be a very, very old city that is inhabited mostly by eladrin elves. It was basically the first elven city in any of the planes until they adventured out of the Feywild and into the material plane. Tauré, you would also recognize it. I'll come up with the name later. I forgot to do that.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
All you need to know is very old city used to be full of elves. And then, of course, the last one, as you guys make your way back, is a cavern underground. The walls glittering with gemstones and ore veins, with a big old underground city. Very dark, not a lot of light in there. And then you come back to the power room, and you've gone all the way around the circle. You'll notice, besides that crack in the wall that you guys went through, no entrance in or out.
Interesting.
But as you guys went around, you also did notice that those pipes have a little bit of lighting from the ley line, but it doesn't seem like anything is actually flowing through any of the pipes besides the power one that goes back to the central chamber.
Oh, let's go back
Kyris.
to the middle then.
Kyris.
Yes.
The city in that one, and as we're walking back, I point to the city one, the Feywild one. They were full of eladrins back then. A very long time ago.
Not anymore? Well, not when you left.
Well, I'm not sure.
It was still when you left, as far as you're aware, unless something bad happened right as you were leaving. Who knows?
Who knows?
That was a ominous who knows.
Telling me.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
You do notice that despite there being a couple other murals, the smaller ones, there are no gateways that actually have a room dedicated to them. There is, however, a gateway in the chamber itself, kind of set in one of the walls. While there are actually several of them, you didn't really notice them because they all seem decorative, but one of them has those same pinpricks that you saw on the other gateway that you now know to look for. And it seems like the other murals, the ones that besides the main 6, may have to be connected to that one instead.
This is a portal room. This is just a fucking portal room. No entrance. This is just a portal room. The entrance, there's no entrance to the room because you're not supposed to enter the room through other means other than the portals. That's my guess.
Which room doesn't have an entrance?
The hallway that we're in does not have an entrance other than the crack in the wall.
Besides
right?
the crack in the wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
So my guess is that
It's
this is just a portal room.
You come here
through
then
a
it sends you
portal,
somewhere else.
and then you go to a different portal to go somewhere else. Yeah.
Because the citadel is here on the material plane. So if you want to come
Exactly.
to the material plane, you just go straight through here. This is the middle way.
Exactly.
And Moo, you were a little confusing. You were saying not all of the murals have gateways or something?
So in the central chamber, there are 6 murals that depict air, earth, fire, water, shadow, and fey. Those are bigger murals. You can tell those are the most traveled. They have the most specific. They have their own rooms. There were some other depictions in the murals. The one that had the stars, a couple ones that had Holy Light or Abyss, for instance. Those ones are smaller, almost as if they are farther away, and thus they all got directed to the portal that is in the room with the telescope.
Okay, so universal gateway for all the smaller stuff, basically.
Kind of like a public telephone thing.
Why were we warned about this place?
Why weren't we, or were we?
Why were we?
Oh, I don't know. We're probably gonna pick up a rock, and there's gonna be like a giant thing under it, and we're gonna have to fight it.
As you ponder that question, you hear a sigh coming from behind the group.
Well,
Did it jinx us?
did we pick up the thing?
I suppose there is no preventing you now.
Hi, edgy lady.
I am not quite sure what that means, but you see she pulls her hood back and a figure similar to the one in the mural is before you. Her skin is a light, almost translucent purple black mix with it looks like somebody painted the night sky into her skin. She has white hair tied into a braid behind her head, and her eyes are kind of iridescent. They don't quite match what you expected. Why do you insist on playing with ancient technology?
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
Hi. Should we call you Highness, or ma'am, or Your Honor?
Or whatever you want.
Maybe flower?
I am Laira.
How do we
How do you
spell
spell
that, ma'am?
In English, it would be Laira.
Neato. Did you build this place?
No, I did not.
Are you its caretaker?
Cool. Why are you here?
You poor souls have stumbled into something much bigger than yourselves.
That was kind of the goal.
I am from a civilization long gone. They were known as the Astari. This, as you have deduced, was a transportation hub. My people had one of the most wide-ranging networks But as you seem intent on doing, it is hard to stop from flying too close to the sun.
Why are we all gonna, like, die now or something?
No, but you may have made a powerful enemy.
In who?
Are you talking about the gods?
Yes and no.
What do you mean by no?
Not all of the gods agree with what has happened to this plane. She kind of stares intently at Tauré
Hi.
and then Kyris and then Krios. I think some of you might already know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The method in which this plane was cut off came about long after my people fell.
I'm sorry about your people.
There is no need. The enemy's potential, of which you may be making, are not gods, but powerful guardians of nature, which helped bring about this barrier. I will warn you. My goal is still to sway you from this path and hope you will forget anything you've seen here. But if I talk further, there is not much of a hope of going back.
Oh, too late.
Unfortunately, none of us have plans on going back.
Might as well just tell us everything.
I'm not sure if you noticed, but I am not from this realm. There's no going back.
You can see her eyes, for a brief moment, shine pure white, and she says, I see. And looks to the rest of you with that same effect. Very well. I invite you to sit. And she cross-leggedly sits on the floor, folds her hands, puts her head, her chin on her hands, and begins to ponder.
I sit with her.
I also join her.
Yeah. Group huddle.
Samesies.
Okay, cool.
I join her.
Actually, I lay on the floor.
She begins to tell you a bit about what happened 993 years ago, before the barrier was put up, before the start of this era. There was a group who schemed with those you call gods, schemed a way to cut out the other planes, to preserve the nature of the material plane at all costs. You have seen the nature of their... Well, you've seen the result of their plan. I recognize the book in which you hold. I believe I know whose path you were following, which means that you have already encountered the pylons.
Mhm.
Oh,
Only two.
There are several. They were created both by the gods, but also powerful people connected to this plane. The stone that was made for these pylons is of a construction beyond even my people. The gods overlapped the planes to transmute these pillars to be resistant to basically everything. They are so large in nature that it literally took the gods to nail them into the ground. And since that moment, those that aided in its construction have dispersed, but few remain. They call themselves the Wardens of the Primal Barrier. They are, in fact, still around. And the Wardens are not to be trifled with. They are immensely powerful beings with lifespans longer than anyone else, besides perhaps wizards who scheme of immortality. They are powerful magic wielders, and they do whatever it takes to ensure that the realm is sealed. This place is hidden from them because they do not understand what it does, and honestly, I don't understand what it will do to the barrier. It may allow travel past it. It may shatter it entirely. But given what I know about the Wardens, they will assume the latter and will not allow its existence. And it is one of the only pieces of my culture I have left.
So you can't risk it.
Hence my warning.
So don't use the magical telescope, or the Wardens get on our butts.
They may potentially not be able to tell if it's being used. But I can assure you, you may have already drawn their gaze by interacting with the pylons in any form.
Okay.
Are the Wardens of Druidic origin?
Yes. Everyone who worked on the pylons had a natural magic of one sort or another, although it was so secretive that while not all of us who participated in its construction were so enthusiastic, because once you were contacted by the Conclave, there was only death or participation.
You say us. Did you help build them?
Yes. And I have been hiding from the wardens ever since. I knew I could be safe here. But outside of this place, I am in danger.
But if you worked on the pylons together with them, then why would they be mad?
Let me put it to you this way. When the Conclave approached, they gave two options. Work on the barrier or die, because there is no chance that the secret could have gotten out. Otherwise, the other gods would have resisted this plan. For most druids, they went along with it. They agreed, and they did not have an issue. But for some of us, well, not everybody was so keen on destroying the natural order of things. After the Conclave finished their project, the most devout of them became the wardens, and they continue to guard pylons, but some of us, well, the wardens call us sundered thorns. And us thorns regret ever helping with the barrier. It was an act of self-preservation to help, and some of us feel the need to atone for that.
So there are others out there?
Potentially. I have not seen them in centuries. They would presumably either be in hiding or imprisoned or dead.
Okay.
If the other option was death, you can't be faulted for helping.
I would like to believe that myself, but despite not knowing my people or my culture, I come from one that emphasizes not just exploration, but understanding and accepting and cooperation with every race, with every plane. And I did something that they would deem as the opposite of what they stand for. It is a shame I feel to the core of who I am.
I hope one day we'll be able to amend it. Hopefully that will give you a little bit of peace.
You 7. I have much less to worry about than I traveling the world. I believe there is a potential for my people's technology to merely shoot through the barrier rather than shatter it. I am not sure, of course. It had been inoperable by the time that I was around, but I still have hope. You may have noticed that the celestial orrery is not complete. By the time that I had gotten to these ruins, however, this is not the only station of its kind. There are others in the realm and potentially have their own orreries, although from what I could gather, this is the only actually functioning device of its kind. If you want to help, and you can promise not to fail and turn this information to the wardens, I could give you the potential locations of where other orreries may be collected in part or in whole. If it's required, I can repair this one with pieces of others.
But if you don't want this to get found, why are you offering to help fix it?
Because I believe that my people may still be out there in one of the other planes.
Sounds like we all have similar goals.
Yeah, we're all trying to get to the Feywild.
Some of us not the Feywild.
Well, most of us the Feywild.
Laira looks at you, Barry, and
Wow.
you can see she recognizes the particular celestial bloodline you hold.
Mm.
I believe
Wow.
you... Let her finish.
No!
I believe you
Pause
and
so
I...
often.
She is very contemplative, has not talked to people in like... Yeah, she's not talking, you know? It's been centuries since she's talking.
I'm sorry.
You and I have a similar starting destination. My people originate from the astral plane, and yours from a plane beyond that.
Who's she talking to?
Barry.
Barry.
Oh, yeah, ASMR, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Barry's just kind of confused because he thought his people were from the astral plane, not from beyond.
The Azamar did not go to the... did not originate in the astral plane. But as far as your people were aware, that's where they'd always been before they came to the material plane. The astral plane is kind of a... yeah, you can get to anywhere from there, including the actual celestial planes. As well as the infernal planes. Though, you can sense that the two of you don't necessarily care too much about your infernal origins.
No.
Speaking of infernal, though, do you know if there were any infernal entities that are on this side of the barrier? because we had a run-in with the cult. That was like demon stuff.
Unfortunately, the only things that I can tell you are from before I've secluded myself here. And even then, well, since the barrier was completed, of course.
Yeah.
I may know more about the cults than I let on.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, so this guy, Laira, was like, hey, I'm a human. I'm like 18 years old. And then he turned out to be this thing.
First of all, it was
Thing?
25. Second of all,
whatever.
I did it to protect myself. Third of all, I would have killed you a long time ago if I wanted to.
Na's on our side.
And instead, I spent 1,500 gold of money that I earned to make sure that you stay alive.
Yes, thank you for the chest plate. But
No
you
buts.
also are not
buts.
quite reassuring my faith in your ability to complete this task.
it's fine, we're best friends, you know? We've known each other for years. We've got each other's backs.
We've had recent upsets, but we'll work through it together. We are dependable.
Right. Well, I, once again, don't have much of a choice, now do I?
Nope.
I will warn you, though. The wardens will attempt to contact you. They may be cautious at first. They may not have made a decision on whether or not you are a threat to the barrier, but keep in mind their intentions. Under no circumstances should you mention anything about the Astari, the orrery, or even the fact that you know about the wardens or the thorns, because they will imprison you without a second thought.
Would we be able to talk in code names about them, or should we avoid the topic entirely?
When they are around, I would not risk anything.
How do we know when they're around?
If they are spying on you, they are probably not spying on your conversation. They tend to think of themselves as better than that. You are more likely to have a thorn be watching you into your conversations than a warden, if they are still out there at all. But the wardens will approach you directly.
Will they state what they are?
Yes. They will presumably introduce themselves as the noble heroes guarding this plane. They will ask you your intentions about investigating the pylons. I'm not sure the fate of that woman whose journal you follow, but I might hide that information from them as well. She never returned here, so I do not know what became of her and her traveling companion.
Okay, we should make up like a cover story.
Solid excuse is what we need.
Yeah, and I don't think directly lying would be helpful for us, so maybe something that is
A half
truthful,
truth?
but
A
yeah,
half truth. A half truth.
truth.
We're
I
all.
noticed-
Oh, there you go. Sorry.
The masked one, you seem to have followed somehow seem to have followed the natural magic of the world straight to this place. Is that true?
Yes, I can detect ley lines.
In that case, that may be all you need. They most likely would not question following the ley line because, well, the pillars are anchored into the ley line. They use that energy to project a barrier. So if you were to, say, convince them that you were looking along the ley line, then they probably would not question too much. In fact, you could even claim that you were looking for Anthos.
For what?
The god of the Esoteric?
Have we heard about that
Flower.
one before?
Spelling, please.
Anthos is... well, if you guys had looked a little bit more into the gods at the cathedral, you would have noticed that one of them was a brilliant blue flower. But none of you are really that religiously inclined, so I am going to say that potentially Tauré might have remembered that there's a god of magic that represents themselves as a flower that basically can bloom anywhere along a ley line.
Is that the flower we saw in the room?
In what room?
Have you walked around in here?
I am always in here.
So the room with the valve, right?
The device that extracts energy from the ley
Yeah,
line.
there was a flower in there.
There has never been a flower.
Well, we should go.
She actually jumps up and basically immaterializes in front of you.
Right, we should
Onward!
we should probably hurry on over there.
Yep.
You run into the room with the extractor to see her looking up into the crystal, which you notice is empty.
Come on.
Well, that's interesting.
We're not lying to you. There was a flower inside the thing.
There was a flower in there.
I do not disbelieve you. That is just strange, given that Anthos is... Well, they're supposed to be quite flighty, and I guess they may have been curious about what is going on.
Was Anthos for or against the barrier?
Anthos allowed the energy of the world to be used in this way. But they do not take much of a stance on most things. Magic itself is but a tool, not something that can be used for good or evil.
In the pantheon, how important is Anthos? Because you said goddess of magic, or you said, what did you call it?
God of the Esoteric, and not goddess. Anthos does not have a preferred title, so God is the generic term rather than male, as opposed to somebody like the god of craftsmanship, who is quite aggressively male.
Not
what is
shocked on that one?
What is Anthos's level of influence or importance?
Anthos... it is hard to describe. I don't really pull my magical ability from Anthos' realm, but they allow magic at all. You could think of magic like an ocean. And while, yes, there are currents underneath the ground, the waters above can still be pulled and moved and manipulated. If Anthos were not around, there would not be such a thing as wizards. There could potentially be those with inborn magic. That line is a little different, but Anthos does still affect it. Same with magic granted by powerful entities. I believe this one, and she gestures to Kyris, actually pulls most of their magic from a similar place, do you not?
I do.
Some magic is just pure force of will. I can sense that about the changeling. You two, masked one and Azamar, you pull your magic from a different source. Anthos is still the channel in which you get said magic. But you pull more directly from Innatras, the god of origin.
Spelling, please.
Yep, I got it.
And that's for Barry, right?
And you.
The what of origin?
God of origin.
God of origin. She's been around a long time. Of course she knows a lot.
She old.
Probably the oldest person we've encountered so far.
Older than you.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Wait, Can my magic come from Innatras even if it seems like it comes from a different form?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, maybe we should keep looking for the blue flower, or keep an eye out.
I do not know how imperative Anthos will be to your journey. They may merely be curious. They enjoy magic and how it is utilized, and when it is used in a novel nature, they tend to want to know what's going on.
Maybe it was the first time discovering this contraption, and it was intriguing.
It is not the first time this contraption has been noticed by Anthos. That chamber was designed for them specifically.
Oh, okay.
That's why I rushed over here so quick. I've never seen them in there.
Do they like to talk to people? Like if we saw Anthos again, would we be able to communicate?
Only know what I have heard about the nature of Anthos. I do not directly know them.
Okay. Well. Oh yeah, sorry, G. I am shaking my leg. Okay,
I will answer any other questions that you have before you must set off. But before we get to answering those questions, I will let you guys take the week to decide what you want to ask. Because we're going to call the session
I
here.
already had something.
Because we're going to call the session here, so we can jump back in next week into Q&A time with the lady who's older than the stones. So
Break out
lady.
the
no
chessboard.
chess involved.
Suggestions with the pretty lady?
No
with a
chess,
pretty
no
lady.
chess. Just
No more
shunts,
chess.
Just
I think
shunts.
Moo is done with us doing chess.
We need to find a new game.
No, that's not the case. But I will say we will pick this up next week. I know it's a little bit early, but I figured that some of you may need that time to kind of absorb what you've heard so far and come up with some potential questions.
Definitely
for
gonna
the
have to watch
future,
this
so
pod back.
I will- I will let you guys think about that between the weeks, and that is where we will call it.
We'll see y'all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.